Hello and welcome to the second IFSC Lead World Cup of 2013. We are here in Imst at the Kletterhall, which you can see just behind me, one of Austria's most prestigious climbing centres. Over the past few years, it has played host to several huge international competitions, including multiple World Cups, a European Championships, and just recently another European Youth Championship, which saw 29 different national teams gather to compete here at Austria's highest climbing wall. The outdoor wall itself is 22 meters high. It is home to over 200 different routes, some of which have an overall route length of over 28 meters. It sits in the beautiful Guggenthal Valley facing the Mutterkopf mountain. It is finals time here in Imst, and the lineup for tonight's final could not be much more excited had we planned it ourselves. We have Ramón Julian Puigblanque of Spain leading the pack in the men's, closely followed by Sachi AMMA of Japan and Min Hyunbin of Korea in tied second place. We also have both our European champion and our world champion here in tonight's final. That is Ramón de Grange of France, the new European champion, and Jakob Schubert of Austria, who took the world championship title at Bercy last year. Magnus Midbo also makes it through into the final after a bit of a shaky start in the competition here in Imst. And we also have two young French athletes, Gauthier Sobert and Thomas Ballet, making it through in tonight's final as well. Sean McCall unfortunately missing out on a place in the final 8 after an early fall in the semi-finals. In the women's then, we have Mina Markovic and Magdalena Roek in tied first place. They have been tied since the very start of this competition. It's going to make for some interesting results as we move through tonight's event. We also have Momoka ODA of Japan in third place. We have Kim Jain and we have Ellen Janiko in tonight's finals as well. And also exciting news for Austria, Jessica Pils, the 16-year-old athlete who was just crowned European Youth Champion here in this very stadium just a few weeks ago. Will she earn herself a place on the podium here at this senior IFSC event? Which of our athletes will we see sitting here on this, the leader's chair, as we move through tonight, nervously biting their nails, hoping that none of the other athletes can best their score? It is time to find out as we move into our second IFSC lead final of 2013. Welcome to Imst.
Ja, etwas Regen mit dabei. Heute schaut das Ganze schon etwas besser aus. Also, ich bin guter Dinge. Die Athleten machen sich jetzt bereits und in wenigen Augenblicken kommen die dann hier auf die Bühne.
Well, that was the MC just introducing himself to everybody and saying hello to everyone. I'm down here getting ready to go at the bottom of the wall. In a few moments' time, we're going to be having our athletes introduced just from behind us, where you can't see at the moment. They're going to be coming out for their introduction to the audience that is here and also their look at the wall as well. They get to have an observation time on the routes that are here. It is 21.5 meters in height in terms of climbing height that we have on this wall, and these routes are extremely long and extremely difficult. We've been promised an up jump from the previous semi-final routes, which were an 8C level difficulty for the men and an 8B plus level difficulty for the women, and we've been promised even harder routes tonight. So plenty more excitement still to come, and in a few moments' time we'll be saying hello to those 16 athletes, 8 men and 8 women, here to compete for the title in Imst 2013. Moments away now. You got just enough time to grab yourself a drink and whatever else you might need, settle in for the evening before we get things underway here. Incredible semi-final yesterday. Very exciting to see those athletes coming out and trying to push for one of those spots, those 8 places. Unfortunate not to see Sean McCall coming through for the men's after that early slip in the semi-finals, but some incredible performances from many of the athletes that we're going to be seeing again here tonight. Momoka Oda's performance in particular, very exciting yesterday, and to see Jessica Pils pushing up at just 16 years old into the top 8, making it through into this level of competition in her first IFSC senior final after being a previous World Youth Champion and also a European Youth Champion. I'm going to hand you over now to our local MC, and he's going to introduce the athletes to you. I'll see you in a few.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the presentation of the finalists, ladies and gentlemen, and we will start with the first 8 men. Ladies and gentlemen, the first one, he was 10th in European Championships in Chamonix, and many top 10 placements in the World Cups. Ladies and gentlemen, he is presenting France, and it is Jakob Schubert. Ladies and gentlemen, the next guy here in this row of the presentation. He is representing Norway. Ladies and gentlemen, 6th at the European Championships in Chamonix and many top 10 placements in the World Cups. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Magnus Mibøe. Ladies and gentlemen, he was competing in many World Cups in the last years and is looking forward for this war, ladies and gentlemen. And he is representing France. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thomas Berlin. Meine Damen und Herren, und jetzt ganz klar auf Deutsch einer, den wir alle kennen. Ich werde nicht viel dazu sagen, nur da amtierender Vorstiegsweltmeister. Erster beim Weltcup in Kitzbühel in Bouldern dieses Jahr. Was er hier vorhat, wissen wir. Auf jeden Fall einen Riesenapplaus für Österreich. Jakob Schubert! Ladies and gentlemen, new European champion in Leeds in Chamonix this year. And he is representing France. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Ramón. And we come to Asia, ladies and gentlemen, 3rd in the Asian Championships in Tehran this year. Many World Cups. And he is representing Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, his name, Hyun Bin Min. We remain in Asia, ladies and gentlemen. Many times World Cup winner. 2013, 2nd in the World Cup in Leeds in Briançon in France. He was very cute last year here in Imst. And he's representing Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, his name, Sachi AMMA. Last but not least, amazing semi-final yesterday. Vice European champion 2013, 1st in the World Cup in Briançon. And he's looking forward for this Leeds World Cup here in Imst. Ladies and gentlemen, he is representing Spain. And his name, Ramón Julian Puigblanque. So guys, I wish you a good comp. Please just step a little bit more to the right because we need to call the women's now. Just on here. Thank you guys. Don't look backwards. Don't look backwards. Meine Damen und Herren, wir kommen zu den Damen. Die besten 8 und ich darf auch mit einer Österreicherin beginnen. Meine Damen und Herren, neue Jugendeuropameisterin in Leeds hier vor 2 Wochen und Vize-Jugendeuropameisterin in Bouldern. Meine Damen und Herren, für Österreich, Jessica Pilz. Ladies and gentlemen, third European champion, third in the European Championships in Chamonix, third on the World Cup in Briançon, and she's representing France. Ladies and gentlemen, her name, Jain KOR. And we come to Asia. She won many World Cups in the last year. 2013, she won the World Cup in Briançon. And now she's looking forward for this task here tonight. She's representing Korea, ladies and gentlemen, Jain Kim. In the last years, she always was within the top 10 in the World Cups, and she went into the semi-final yesterday with amazing performance. She's representing Russia, ladies and gentlemen, and her name, Evgenia Malamid.
You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than.
And I call up as well the same country again, Russia, and she's European champion in leads in Chamonix this year, or was, or got it. And ladies and gentlemen, for Russia, Dinara Fakhridinova. As we remember last year, she was here on the stage as well, is now Junior Lead World Champion 2012, second in the Boulder World Cup in China 2013, so this year. She's representing Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Momoka ODA. Und wir kommen zu einer weiteren Österreicherin hier in dieser Runde. Deswegen auch auf Deutsch. Meine Damen und Herren, zweimalige Junioren-Europameisterin. Das letzte Mal gerade wieder vor 2 Wochen, 7. auf der EM in Chamonix. Ein junges Talent, Wahnsinn. Und sie hat es hier in dieses Finale geschafft, gestern im Semifinale. Meine Damen und Herren, für Österreich, Magdalena Röck. Meine Damen und Herren, die quasi letzte Dame hier, die hier noch auf das Podest quasi muss, und vielleicht geht sie dann später aufs Richtige. Ladies and gentlemen, she's Vice European Champion in Chamonix this year, second in the World Cup in Briançon this year. She's representing Slovenia, was amazing last year here in Imst. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Slovenia, Mina Markovic. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We can start. Are you ready, guys? We will start with the observation time. Right now, 6 minutes time. So, 6 Minuten haben die Zeit, um sich hier diese Route anzusehen. Die jeweilige Route jeweils auf der linken für die Männer und die Route auf der rechten für die Damen. Zwischen 59 bei den Damen und 60 bei den Herren. Und das ist quasi das großartige Werk der Rundensetzung.
So, welcome back to Imst. Here we are getting ready for our final, the second IFSC Lead World Cup final of this year since Briançon that started the season. Down here on our roaming camera, you can get to see what the athletes are doing down at the bottom of the wall if you're new to the sport, with the binoculars to try and see up to the top of this huge height, 21.5 meters in height, this wall. You can see some of the expressions on their faces. Been interesting actually to see Mina Markovic and Kim Jain match up at every stage of this competition. We saw it in the qualifications when they had a little look at the bottom of the wall. We saw it at the semi-finals as well. Both of these athletes pairing up. Considering that they are each other's main competition, that gives you an idea of what our sport is like. You can see that they're very relaxed, very much willing to share their own thoughts with each other. Going through the motions of climb mine beforehand. You see Momoka ODA down there on the ground as well, with their binoculars, having a little look up on the wall. And there was Jessica Pills in the background also. And Ellen Janico just getting walked into by a roaming cameraman, unfortunately. That's not our cameraman. Colin knows better than that. But there you can see some of the boys down there as well. There's Sachi AMMA having a little look. This is what they're looking up at the moment. There's the top of the prow there that you can see. The men's route is the left-hand route, the one that has the blue volumes on and the red handholds. The women's is the orange volumes and the blue handholds on the other side. Actually, a longer route here for the women's. It seems that we've switched sides. The women were using the roof on the left-hand side that you can see there yesterday in the semi-finals. Today, that belongs only to the men. We wait for our 8 athletes to have their time of observation. Down on the ground next to here, we've got Ramón de Grange talking to Thomas Ballet and Gauthier Super. All the French athletes have paired up. I can see also Magdalena Roach and Jessica Pills, the 2 Austrian athletes teaming up, and Magda Smith-Bow and Jakob Schubert directly in front of me with a pair of binoculars, going through some climb mime. Other athletes to bear in mind as well. There's Evgenia Malamid and Dinara Fakhretdinova, you can see in the centre of your screen at the moment. Dinara, our new European champion after Chamonix earlier this year. You can see some of the French officials down there as well. Our technical delegate down at the ground for the IFSC, Jerome here. And I'll be chatting to the route setters in a little while as well, having a talk to them about the routes that they've set here and what they've intended. It is Paul de Wilde, that is our chief route setter here, working with Jan Zabranik. And I'll be talking to definitely Paul, possibly also Jan as we move through the competition, to see whether things have panned out as planned. They've already given us a fantastic qualification round and also a great semi-finals yesterday. Are they going to be up to scratch? They've been promising us even harder routes, more bouldery style of routes as well, as opposed to just the standard endurance trial that we've seen so far going on through this competition. They've mixed it up a little bit. The athletes have had a long time to rest throughout today. Just tuning in onto the Twitter as well to have a look at what some of you guys are saying. Roxanne saying ready to watch the IFSC Climbing World Cup Finals of Imst. Go French team. So we've had the support being marked already at the early start of this competition. Peter Dawson saying those routes look crazy, serious endurance. Yes, very, very high. We're hoping that it's not going to be too endurance based, as these athletes climbed 3 routes of around this height yesterday. I'm sure that even despite the rest that they've had today, they're probably still going to be pretty tired. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform. Dinesh Silva as well on the Twitter saying all the best to all the climbers, Ale. And also Ashley Scott getting in touch saying back just in time to watch the finals as well, tuning in there. Nice to see Ashley with us as well. If you want to get in touch with us on Twitter, if you want to hear us give you a shout out here from the venue, you can do that by getting onto Twitter and using the hashtag IFSCWC. If you don't know it already, I've said it quite a bit recently, but that's what we're using at the moment. You can get in touch with us that way. If you have any questions at all, do send them in to us and we'll do our best to find the answers for you. Now you can see Kim Jain and Momoka ODA have paired up. Very friendly, very relaxed. Magdalena Roach with Ellen Janico there as well. Dinara taking a moment on her own. We saw the interesting event in Chamonix, I think it was earlier this year, when one of the male athletes went off on his own during the observation period to study the route, and then came out and realized that he'd been studying the women's route all the way through the observation period. It's a very interesting one. So it is good that they have a talk amongst themselves and they do chat to each other. They do analyze the route ahead, swap advice as we move through. It's nice to see Esteban back with us as well on the Twitter. He was with us throughout yesterday, tuning in also. So we have a fantastic final lined up for you. As I said at the very beginning, we couldn't have picked out a better list, really, or a much better list anyway, if we tried to do it ourselves. We have some really, really nice, a broad mix of athletes here from a wide range of countries. Very, very high abilities at the top of their game in this sport. We are going to see some fantastic climbing as we move through the competition here tonight. Magnus looking hungry earlier on today, knowing that he'd made it through into the finals. That slip in the qualification round yesterday morning when he moved over a bit of black tape, and they capped his first climb at the 9th hold. Bearing in mind these routes are roughly 40 to 50 moves long, that could really have set back a number of other climbers. Not so for Magnus. He came back onto his second route, knew that he had to put in a good performance, managed to do it, and has now secured himself that place in the semi-finals and now into the finals as well. Great to see Jessica Pills as well, former World Youth Champion and also a European Youth Champion now after Imst. She's already got quite an incredible career, and she's only going to keep building up from then as well. Great to see some of the youth athletes fighting for their place on the senior circuit as well. Ateneo Rock Club saying, watching live from Maracaibo, Venezuela. Venga Ramón. It's nice to see people joining us from some of the other continents as well. Cali over in South America just recently, the World Games. We have the winner of the World Games here, Mina Markovic, also our silver medalist. And if you've joined us a little bit late and you are not entirely sure who's competing in this competition, this final, here is the start list again then for you in reverse order from the lowest to qualify up to the highest. No surprise there who's leading the pack at the moment, and Sachi AMMA right behind him. Him and Min Hoyenbin are in tied second position, but Gautier Super starts things off for us in the men's final here. It'll be the men first as we move through here. A few minutes now, and then we will be welcoming Gautier onto this stage. Ian Andrew Dunn joining us as well, saying looks fantastic final about to start in Imst. Good luck to everyone on IFSC World Cup. And Hannah Wench back again as well with us, saying got the stream working, come on Kim Jain. Nice to see some support pouring in from all around the world. There are the tops, ladies and gents. That one on the left hand side saying Imst next to it for the men's. And the one you can just see the Raiffeisen logo, just the two yellow dashes poking in at the top right-hand corner. That's the top for the women's as well. They're backed in with the final clip there for them as well of the draw. We saw quite a few athletes in the men's particularly getting into trouble with their clips yesterday, draining a little bit of energy from them. Hope that doesn't happen again here today. And this is what they are playing for. This is what they are competing for. The medals and the Edelweiss trophies you can see there as well for the winners at this competition on the IFSC second Lead World Cup final of 2013. Who's excited? Who's ready to go? There's the rest of the stage you can see there. There's the podium just hiding away for a little while. And the leader chair we can see as well. Here you can see some of the crowd here. These are some of them gathered at the bottom of the wall. And we also have this huge tent up at the back as well that is packed in the background as well. There are actually thousands of people here, although it looks like there's empty grass there at the bottom. There you can see the rest of them up in the tent, hiding up there, watching on screens as well. Gathered to watch this final. There's Sebastian Helenki as well. You can just see that bright red mohawk at the bottom of the crowd, gathered to watch here as well. And in a few moments' time, I'll be chatting to one of the route setters, in fact, the chief route setter here, Paul de Wild. So while we are having a look at the routes that we can see here on the screen, I am joined by our chief route setter, Paul de Wild. Paul, are you ready for this evening? How are you feeling?
My feeling is always the same in final. Very, very stressed.
Is that something that you're used to by now, getting stressed at these sort of events when you end up a little bit worried about the events and whether the athletes are going to be able to beat the route you've set?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So you think you'll relax more into it when you've seen a few climbers going, yeah?
Yes, exactly. After 2 or 3 climbers, I will be more quiet, more peaceful. But we wish the best for the climbers, the best for the audience, the best for the audience, the webcast, for every. Just want to support our passion, our sport, and to give some dreams to everybody. So.
Well, you've given us a fantastic qualification round and you gave us a brilliant semis yesterday. We saw some really fantastic climbing. What have you got in mind for this one? These 2 routes we're looking at now. If we start with the men's on the left-hand side, what are you thinking for this one? What have you intended with this route? Is it an endurance-based route like we saw in the qualies and the semis, or is it different?
A little bit different. It's very, very powerful. More than 30 moves to reach the roof. Very powerful and resistance. Only very little holes. And in the roof, it's very difficult to understand for the climbers on site. And if you know what you have to do, it's not so hard. But if you do a mistake, you have to find the right way to climb. And it will be really interesting to see the climbers on this part going to the left till the last feature in the roof. And there is a big hole, but nothing especially good for the foot. So they will be putting on and the last part is very, very hard. And normally the difference, the victory should be between the last feature, blue feature, and the Imst advertising at the top.
Well, there you can see on your screen now exactly what Paul is talking about at the moment, from the 29th hold upwards. So as Paul has said, over 30 moves even before you've reached the roof here at this stage. And then you get into this section underneath, and you can see that they are quite scattered on the roof as well. It's a difficult beta, you're saying here. It's very hard to read the roof and to analyze where you need to go from there. And then this section from the lip and upwards, this final section, what's your intention here?
So normally the last section from the 49 to the last hole, normally it's only for the 3 best climbers, 3 or 4 best climbers. We will see. So our intention is to have the best way to split them hold by hold. And
so you think the top section of the wall belongs only to the podium position climbers? You're going to see number 1, 2, and 3 there.
Yeah, I think after the 50 holes, after it's perhaps only for the podium. Yeah.
Okay, so where do you think on this route for the men's we're going to see the most amount of falls? We saw that you were talking about the roof is quite difficult to read. The bit after that and after the lip is a very hard section in its own right as well. Where do you think most athletes, where have you intended to be the tricky point, the fall point?
About the 32, 33, 34.
So approaching the roof.
Yeah, because it's approaching the roof, because it's there is a lot of intermediate holes. You have to commit on very shit holes, and you have to cry in your mind and just after it's coming less intense in the roof. But normally the first climbers should fall just at this point.
Apologies, Paul's very passionate about the sport. Paul, the only other thing I wanted to ask you was a grading for this route. If you could give it a grading, what grading would you give it?
I didn't understand. I didn't hear anything.
A grading for the men's route. A grading for it?
Yeah. More than 80 and not exactly 9A, but between.
So we're looking at an 8C plus, roughly.
Yeah.
Great, Paul. Thank you very much. Will you come back and talk to us when we go and have a look at the women's as well later on? Talk us through that?
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Paul, thank you very much. So not long now, it's nice to have a little bit of a chat with our chief route setter here, Paul de Wild. Been a little bit passionate there for a moment or two. That's the word I'm going to use for that. But we'll be speaking to him a little bit later on as well about the women's routes, the women's route rather here. Talking about the grading for that and what is intended there. For the men's route, we're looking at a power-based route, a lot of small holds, a difficult beta around the roof, and then from that then on, we're looking at a very difficult final finish after the lip at the top of the wall. Around about 60 holds in total at a grade of 8C+. Intense. It's going to be very intense. Vanas Montonio saying of supporting Kim Jain and Mina here as well. It's great to see that one as well. Ian Andrew Dunn saying, I hope we get to see some great routes like this in Canada next week. How many of these climbers are off there? Well, I believe Jessica Pills will be over there. I'm not sure whether Momoka Oda has actually aged out now or whether she'll be over there, but she won last year, if you remember, in Singapore. And yes, we are looking forward to that event. If you're looking forward to that event as well, send your support over to Commander in Canada, who's getting ready and running around like mad, no doubt, about now, to get everything organized for that. You can do it on Twitter by using the hashtag IFSCWYCH. IFSCWYCH. Who are these two likely lads? Well, that man that's just in the background there, you can see looking almost directly at you, is Jan Zabranik, who is one of the route setters here. He was our chief route setter at Briançon, the first IFSC World Cup this year. And next to him is Jerome, who is our IFSC technical delegate here as well, a member from the IFSC, just making sure that everything runs smoothly as we move through the competition. You can see some of the other officials down there as well. There's Tony, who is Ramon's coach. And the crowd now about to start getting ready. That was Manu Ramón as well, just missing out Manu on a place in the final. He was very nearly here. He was just sitting at the bottom there, you can see him. Manu Ramón of France came in 9th place after the semi-finals. Esteban saying the surprise in the final, maybe Sachi AMMA and Kim Jain, or the French. Well, France has a fantastic contingent here. We have Ramón de Grange, Gauthier Super, Thomas Bally in the men's. We have Hélène Janicot in the women's. You can never rule out Janicot. And of course, Ramón de Grange, the new European champion. Also, Thomas Bally and Gauthier Super, definitely not ones to dismiss at all. They've got some fantastic results behind them so far. A 22-year-old and a 24-year-old. So still quite young. Ramón, obviously one of the older climbers here, along with Ramón de Grange, more experience. But which is better, which will succeed? And there you can see the leader chair as well. We'll be having a look at that a little bit later on as the competition progresses. But it looks like we're getting ready, guys. And here we are with a round of applause from the crowd. Gauthier Super approaches this route here, this 8C+ difficulty route, and he looks excited. He looks ready to go, eager and keen. Wide-eyed and lean, ready to get on the wall. Keep your thoughts pouring into us, guys. Let us know what you're thinking. Ateneo Rock Club saying that roof section on the men's route looks sick. It's really scattered, I think, that the holds up there, when you'll see it in a little while. I can understand why he's saying it's going to be difficult to read the beta there and get your head around the roof section. So Gauthier starts us off today then. Gauthier Super of France with a score of 43+ in the semi-final, 37+ and a 39+ in the qualification. I'm giving you those numbers to remind you of how high and how many holds these guys will have had to have climbed, or have climbed already, at the start of this competition to get to where they are now. And they did all of that yesterday. They've had a bit of a rest today, and now they start things off for us in our final. Gauthier Super of France, 22-year-old athlete from Colmar. So world ranked 20th Currently on the World Cup ranking so far this year, he's up to 7th place. That was after Briançon making it through into the final there. Gauthier Super of France, 10th at the European Championship in Chamonix this year, but a frequent finalist throughout 2010 and 2011 as well. He took the bronze medal in Zinning at the Senior IFSC Climbing World Cup in 2010. He took 4th place at both Purs and Cran in 2010, 7th at Amman and Cran in 2011. Gauthier Super of France starting off on this route. What do you think of the route so far then, guys? You can see the bottom of it there. Gauthier just getting started, some pinches before beginning to move up. Some quite big moves here, a lot of stretching at the start of the route. Nat Berry tuning in as well, saying psych for the finals. Nice to see you, Nat. 8 minutes each for these athletes in this final. 8 minutes to try and top out the route here. An 8C plus level of difficulty. One of the hardest graded routes that we've seen this year, or indeed in most years. 8C plus, just nearly, according to Paul, what he would call a 9A. Gauthier doing some footwork there, trying to figure out where he's going from here on. Esteban saying if there is no movement on the route and if it's extremely long, Ramón will win. Well, he's been leading the pack so far, Ramón. Quite a significant difference in the height he achieved yesterday compared to the other male athletes. Ramón Julian with a score of 56 plus yesterday, and Sachi AMMA and Min Hyunbin tied in second with 49 plus. So a difference of 7 holds between first and second place. Super looking good here though, looking very controlled, very at ease with himself. Awkward position there for that right leg, trying to go into a drop knee, but he's not got much on the toe. It's going to be a bit of a wince position to be in. But here we go now, moving on into the roof. Now this is the point from here on that Paul is expecting to see the most amount of falls. Gauthier looking fine here though at the moment. Paul might be getting a little bit nervous at the moment. Starting to get a little bit pumped now, Gauthier. The scores we've got there for you as well is only approximate 41, we're saying approximately at the moment. Gauthier Super, a fantastic effort to start off with, and he's smiling at the bottom, but he did not want to come down at that point there. You can tell that from the look on his face. And that took him 4 minutes. 4 minutes to be not too far away from the end, actually. I mean, he'd approached the roof, but he hadn't got too long to go before moving up to the lip section there at all. So it's a good start for this young 22-year-old in this competition. Gauthier is now going to go over and sit on the leader's chair. Here you can see it's not the plushest looking chair in the world, but it's one of the most comfortable. I've sat on it, and my couch is made out of the same stuff, which is great. So yeah, it's a very comfortable seat, whereas it might not look the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. But Gauthier gets to sit there now and watch the rest of the athletes as they make their attempts on these walls. The leader of the pack will sit in that chair, and to challenge him is Magnus Midtbø of Norway. As a said, a bit of a shaky start for Midtbo at the beginning of this competition, scoring a 9 on his first climb and then a 39 plus. A 44 plus yesterday in the semis brought him through into the final here in 7th place. And look, there you are, wasting no time at all at the bottom of the wall now. Straight on. Looking keen, looking eager to make a start on this one, Midtbo. 24-year-old athlete from Oslo. World ranked number 7. He was 11th in Briançon. Made it through into the finals in Chamonix at the European Championship this year. Ended up in 6th place. Took the bronze medal at Cran last year. Also a bronze medal at Chamonix in 2011. Multiple time Nordic champion. To give you an example of how many times that is, he was born in Bergen, in Norway. He's 174 centimeters in height and 68 kilograms in weight. He has been Nordic champion 8 times. Oh, sorry, 7 times Nordic champion, Norwegian champion 8 times. So from 2005 to 2012, at this annual event, the Norwegian Championships, Magnus was the winner 8 years on the trot, and Nordic champion from 2005 to 2011, so 7 times in a row. In bouldering, he was the Canadian champion in 2011, the Norwegian champion in 2007, 2008, 2010, E9 Invitational winner 2005 and 2010 as well. Quite the repertoire behind his belt here. He's been climbing since 2000, which is relatively late as many of the most of the other professional climbers go.
He was competing in, and now he is
born in 1988.
within this League World Cup 2013 here in Imst, Austria.
And has had 11 gold medals between 2005 and 2007 in the European Youth Cups. We were having a conversation with Magnus yesterday about how it is to move from the junior circuit into the senior circuit. How it was daunting for him, quite shocking for him, coming from the Norway comps, the Norwegian comps, into the IFSC international level comps, especially at a senior level as well. But we are seeing more and more of those younger athletes not feel that way at all. Hannah Wernch saying the men's route looks pumpy. Gautier started to get that way when he approached the roof, definitely. Ji Hui saying money on Ramón and Jain. A safe bet, I feel. Magnus got a bit of a shake going on in that right leg there.
That's really nice. Go ahead, Dali.
Moving to a drop knee, same position we saw Gautier Super resting in here. It must not be that uncomfortable with that drop knee then. That toe just looks like it's about to slip off to me though. There's a bit of a ledge there, he's got enough there. And it was 40 that Gautier got to. Gautier is now sitting on the chair looking up at Magnus at present. Magnus 2 moves away from it now.
Really nice moves, and stay on.
See what Magnus is going to do here. Sprawled out position. He's got to read this roof right though. That was nice. Swinging his legs over. He's over it now. This is Magnus moving into the lead. Heel hook here. No, switching back again. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? He's right on the lip now. Magnus Midtbo moving into the lead, but this is to try and hold the lead against the other athletes. Just slipping at that point there. 44 approximately. We'll get the result indefinite for you in a few moments' time. Magnus Midtbo not half bad for a performance here in the final. Will it be enough now that he replaces Gautier Super on the leader's chair? Is it going to be enough with the other athletes that are about to come out? Our European champion, our world champion, our world ranked number 1, all still to come in the final here. Marie Tamba saying, "Go, Magnus." A bit of a brief conversation between the boys that have competed on it already.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the next athlete here on stage. And he was competing.
Scortier saying, "I thought it was really easy," and Magnus is going, "I just don't know what you're talking about, mate." Here's a replay of that point. This reach up here now, right on the edge of the lip.
He's representing France. And it's around the corner and has his last seconds.
Just couldn't quite get the fingertips into that gap there. Accurate move to pull off after you've already got up there, exhausted yourself with the power of climbing the straight section of the wall and then into the roof as well. Having to fiddle around a little bit with the beater, just slipping with the fingers there on that accuracy move. We are moments away from welcoming our next male athlete into the field, and that will be Thomas Ballet of France.
Magnus is sitting in the chair, the sofa is relaxing. It's good feeling, right? And here he is, ladies and
Magnus
gentlemen, from France, Thomas Ballet.
sitting and waiting to see what's going to happen now. Thomas Ballet moves out onto the field with a score of 45 plus in the semi-finals. He qualifies for the finals in 6th place. None of the male athletes spending any time at all at the bottom of the wall here. They're very eager to get on there as soon as they come out. Saw Magnus do the same. 24-year-old athlete Thomas Ballet from Dijon, world ranked 15th, currently in 10th place on the Climbing World Cup rankings for this year, after Briançon, where he came 10th, 12th at the European Championships in Chamonix this year, 5th at Cran, our final event of 2012. 14th at the World Championships in Paris last year as well. Thomas Ballet for France now starts his climb. Still have one more French athlete in the men's to come, Ramón de Grange, a little bit later on. Who is joining us from France? Let us know where you're joining us from. And Molly Thompson-Smith's joining us. We'll be seeing her next week in Central Saanich for the World Youth Championships. Just saying, yes, got the bouldering team captain Nathan watching the lead on IFSC World Cups. Hello, Nate and Molly. Ateneo Rock Club saying, well, we all know where the crux is now. The roof section on the men's route looks hard for sure. Thomas has all of that ahead of him. So clipping ahead as well. This is another good tactic to follow. We saw Ramón and Sachi AMMA getting into trouble with the semi-finals with their clipping. Spending a little bit too long after climbing past a clip, having to come back, reach back when they were on a traverse section and an overhang at the top of the wall. Having to fiddle with reaching back and clipping in when they were in a really awkward position. Thomas Ballet getting the clips in as soon as he sees them so we can focus on the climbing at hand. Although he's moving quite fast when he does move, he is taking a little bit more time, Thomas, to rest in between as often as he can. You can see him shaking out the arms there. A lot more often than we saw from Magnus. Magnus was getting very red in the face around this point, quite pumped. Gautier, a few moves after that in the roof, you could see him starting to get pumped as well. Thomas using the time. He knows he has 8 minutes. He's only used about 3 of them now. And he's already about 3 moves away from the roof section, so moving at a nice speed here at the moment. This is an awkward position though. See the concentration on his face. A little bit shaky here. And that is 37 that he's got there. He's just reached out for 38. Thomas definitely starting to feel it now. You can see it on the look on his face. To have reached this point, and then this is close. Can't quite stick it, unfortunately. Thomas Ballet coming back down again. Fantastic pace up until that point, though. He'd really saved himself, but then just as he hit the roof section there, you could see starting to get pumped. So unfortunately, Thomas Ballet is down, which means Magnus is stuck in the chair at the moment. Up on stage like a prize trophy. Alexi Metonton joining us as well, saying nicely done Magnus Midtbo on the IFSC World Cup. Here's a replay of that moment then. Manages to get a decent enough grip on that one. And it's going up now again with the right. Takes a hand off before he'd even made it, and possibly, do you think it could have been to do with that clip? Because it looked like he'd given up on that move before it even began. The hand came off before he'd even gone up for that next one. Could have been pulled down by the weight of the rope, maybe. Thoughts on that one? Get him in for us. Jimmy Van Reen joining us as well, saying hoping to see a win for Jakob Schubert and Denara. And Climbers Against Cancer are joining us as well on Twitter. Jakob Schubert here. Again, very quick to start, our world champion. Now this is going to be the kind of route that Jakob is going to prefer. We have this nice power-based section at the start of the wall, and we get into a really powerful section on the roof towards the top. Bouldery type positions getting into. Jakob has just done exceptionally well on the bouldering circuit, switching his training over onto the lead. Bit of a slip up at the start of the year for him at our first World Cup. 22-year-old athlete from Innsbruck, world rank number 3 at the moment, despite being our world champion. While he's on the wall, this is where we are at the moment. Magnus Midtbo, 44 plus, which is the point I think that our athlete was just about to try for. Ballet, he's currently in second place with 41 plus, and Gautier Super in 40. Those are our gold, silver, bronze at present. But Jakob Schubert starts to approach now. Magnus keeping his eyes up towards Jakob. Very good friends. So yes, we saw a very interesting start to the year from Schubert at Briançon, if you remember. He ended up in 23rd place. Jakob Schubert didn't have a very good competition there at all. Came back for the World Games, though, just recently, and took a silver medal there at the World Games, just behind Ramón Julian Puigblanque, who took gold, and just ahead of Magnus Midtbo, who took bronze. And all three of those athletes are in the final here. In fact, we have quite a few of the athletes that have just been at the World Games. Ramón de Grange took 6th at the World Games, and Min Hyunbin took 4th as well. We'll be seeing both of those athletes later on in this competition. Jakob beat Magnus at the World Games. Can he do the same thing here? Where's your money, guys? Peter Dawson saying, crush it, Jakob, wad. And Florian von Forst saying, come on, Jakob Schubert, get shoe. Jakob just has to control the climb at the moment. He's looking really good, really focused at this point. He's just got to stop himself from getting too pumped. Could have a bit of a remainder from the bouldering season as well. That might have been something that was causing him issues during the first World Cup of the year at Briançon. He's used to climbing shorter routes, obviously more in the bouldering style, as he's been doing that season as well. only just switching onto his lead training relatively recently for the rest of the lead season. He's got Munich, the final bouldering World Cup, still to come as well. But a very strong bouldering athlete. We saw the difference between boulder athletes and lead athletes come into play at Chamonix when Dmitry Sharafutinov competed in the lead competition there, our world ranked #1 in bouldering. An incredible climber, incredibly strong, but struggling with the endurance side of lead routes. Has Jakob switched his training enough to be back in the lead mindset for the second World Cup of 2013? How's this going to be? Knee bar on here. Now nobody else seemed to have spotted that one. Here you see some of the bouldering style coming into it. He's analysing it, trying to find windows of opportunity. Reading beta on an on-site level very well here. Nice little knee bar, but how's he going to get on from this point? He's pushing into the medals, he's already in the medals. Starting to approach Magnus Midtbø. That's the hand for Magnus that couldn't make it. This is Jakob in the gold medal position. At present, using a heel here. He's dancing his way up that wall. He's dancing his way up. Spinning all over the place. This is fantastic climbing we're seeing here. He needs to get that clip in, and he spotted it. He is pumped now, but you can see he's trying to control his breathing. Take a rest, Jakob. Good idea. Get some more chalk. Stretch it out a little bit. And he wants the support, and he wants it from you guys as well. The crowd are right behind him here on Austrian turf. This is just fantastic climbing. Even though he's resting, this is still fantastic climbing. This is pacing yourself. He knows he's got the time. He's got 5.5 minutes so far used on the clock. So still 2.5 minutes yet to go. And there you can see where he is in the rankings. A good 3 or 4 moves ahead of Magnus Midtbø. Come on, Jakob, let's see a top. The crowd are right behind him. He's gone for the pinch and he's moving up. Heel hook there to keep him on the wall. This is looking fantastic. And just slipping there as he went for the pentagon. Jakob Schubert. Incredible climbing here at the second Lead World Cup of 2013. Just nearly took me out on my desk there. But a smile from Jakob and a wave to the crowd as well. What did you think of that? Talk about setting the bar high from the start. Florian von Frost saying, whoa, that is the way I like it. Really thrilled now for Imst. What a fantastic performance there from Jakob Schubert, our world champion. Making me eat my words rather. Clearly very much on form for the lead season. Here's the replay of that moment. Just couldn't quite get a hand to that next hold. Jakob now replaces Magnus on the leader's chair. Bit of a conversation between them about how they found the route, whilst behind them our next challenger moves out into the play. It is Ramón de Grange. Dinesh Silva, just to go through some of the support that we've got pouring in now for Schubert. Jimmy Van Ryn, amazing climb by Jakob. Dinesh Silva, Ale Jakob, awesome. Spinneroonie. That's a very technical climbing phrase, by the way, for anyone that is new to the sport, Spinneroonie. Great climb at the IFSC World Cup. Florian, obviously going crazy. Alexi, wow, just wow. And Hannah Wunsch, fantastic climbing from Schubert. That is a way to set the bar high at the start of this comp. Considering as well that Jakob came through into this competition in 5th place. He qualified to the finals in 5th, which is relatively low for Schubert. Ramón de Grange then. He lets Schubert lie for a little while, or rather sit. And we move over to Ramón de Grange for France, qualifying in 4th place for the finals with a 48+ at the semi-finals. Ramón de Grange, our new European champion, the 30-year-old athlete from Saint-Colombe. World ranked 5th, was World Cup ranked 5th, sorry, at the end of 2012, and also World Cup ranked 5th at the end of 2011. He's currently in 16th place on the World Cup rankings for this year after Briançon. But of course he had that gold at Chamonix at the start of the year. Looking at the results from 2012 then, frequent finalist. 6th place in Cran, 5th place in Zinning, 3rd at Atlanta and Purs, so 2 bronze medals from last year. 6th place at the World Championships in Paris as well, so was another challenger of Jakob for the World Championship title. Previous other medals, a bronze medal in Boulder, US of A in 2011. Let us see now the support pouring in for Ramón de Grange on Twitter. Get them in, guys. Here are the results as they stand. There you can see the gap and how much it's widened since Schubert got on the wall. We had Ballet, we had Gautier and Midbow all around the roof section. Not so for the Schubert. He's added about an extra 8 moves on that one and becomes our new current gold medalist. We wait and see as Ramón de Grange takes to the wall. Phil Waterhouse getting involved. Great effort, Jakob. Also, Marie Tamba saying impressive climbing from Jakob, I must say. And Brian Johnson, Jakob Schubert just pulled some inspirational climbing right now. Can Ramón do the same thing? So, these routes that you're looking at, if you are enjoying them, just to let you know who they have been created by, that is Paul de Wilde of France, 42-year-old chief route setter here. Previous climber himself, bronze medal at Nantes in France, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, and if I am, I do apologize. In 2000, he took a bronze medal there. Also took a bronze medal at the UIAA Masters, Serie Chevalier, in 1997. So a competitor in his own right, Paul de Wilde, but he's here as chief route setter, and it's him that we have to thank for these routes. This 8C plus level of difficulty route, extremely powerful in base. Small holds, beautiful roof section with a nice confusing beater. I don't think we've seen anyone do it the same way so far, because we've now got Ramón de Grange using a knee bar at the very start of the route here to stretch out for a little while. I tell you one thing about Ramón though here, he looks a lot more controlled than most of the other climbers have seemed at this point. A lot calmer and a lot less pumped, and he really is using some of that time to stretch out as well before getting into the tougher roof section ahead. Demigod saying allez to all climbers. There you can see where he is on the wall. Roxanne Haley saying allez Ramón. And Florian von Frost saying 4 athletes to go. Come on, Team France. This is good for Ramón. He's moving up towards the medals. Nice again. What was that very technical word that we had earlier? A spinneroonie, that was it. We're going to see another spinneroonie from Ramón de Grange. We shall wait and see with bated breath. Here it comes. Interesting, a toe hook there on that section. And there's the spinneroonie, the moment we waited for. Well, Ramón again taking a rest here.
massive move. And yes.
Here he goes, moving up over the lip now. Rocking over the heel, very nice here to get himself up. This is him moving into silver medal position now, Ramón. Big jump, couldn't quite hold it. Needed to just take a little bit more time getting into that position before going for it, but fantastic climb there from Ramón de Grange. He's got himself into silver medal position and he's about to take out the DJ and me as he's coming down. But it was a fantastic climb. Ramón de Grange currently sitting in silver medal position. And so now, Jakob Schubert still remains in his seat in the leader's chair. Picking at his fingers at the moment. Currently Jakob looking quite relaxed. So many more fantastic climbers still yet to come. We have Min Hyunbin, Sachi AMMA and Ramón Julian Puigblanque. That is just in the men's final. We haven't even got started on the female final yet. You haven't even had a glimpse of the route. We'll be bringing that to you in a short moment's time. Hannah Wernch saying, liking that technical term, Dan. That's definitely not a technical term, Hannah. But there we are. And nice to see Mike as well joining us. Thank you very much for the compliment so far. If you guys want to get in touch with us and you want to chat to us live here from Imst, you can do so on Twitter using the hashtag IFSCWC. Hashtag IFSCWC. I'd love to hear from you guys. Here is Min Hyunbin. I had a great chat with this guy yesterday. His English is fantastic.
Visualing here the route again, and he is on his way.
And he is actually taking a little while before starting. Min Hyunbin of Korea. Now he qualified in 3rd place from the semi-finals, Min did, with a score of 49 plus, which matched Sachi AMMA, but due to countback, he went into 3rd place. Nice that we saw a broad spread of scores as well, so we don't have to rely on the timing if we did have any ties in the final. Min Hyunbin with a score of 49 plus yesterday brought him through into the final in 3rd place. He took the 4th place position at the World Championships just recently. 24-year-old athlete from Seoul, world ranked 8th, 3rd at the men's bouldering Asian Continental Championship in Tehran this year. Made finals last year at Kran, Inzai, Mokpo and Xining. Also made the finals at the World Championships in Paris and Briançon. Just missed the finals in Chamonix, coming 9th. He took a gold medal at Mokpo last year in Korea, 2012. Athlete very much on top of his game. Also took the gold medal at the Asian Continental Championship in 2010. Min Hyunbin for Korea. So there you can see the timer being brought up. There's our current gold medalist, trying to relax the hands a little bit, offering some support up for Min from the ground. You gotta love that about this sport. Heard it said many a time, you don't compete with the other athletes, you compete with the wall and with yourself. Attitude is always very, very friendly at these World Cups. So, Min Hyunbin, 2 minutes 30 so far used, still looking completely calm and focused. And there you go, there's Jakob watching in the top corner. little bit of support, you can see there as well. So Min Hyun-bin resting a little bit here. Thoughts then on what you think it's going to pan out to be from this moment on. We currently have Jakob Schubert in the gold medal position, Ramón de Grange in silver medal position, and I believe it's still Magnus Midbo in the bronze. We'll have a look at the high point in a few moments' time. Seems that we've had different rest points on the wall from pretty much every single male athlete so far. They're all finding different points where they're taking the moment to shake out some of that lactic acid that's building up in the arms.
Großer Vorteil, aber man sieht immer wieder die Kreativität und vor allem die Kreativität, wie man sich bewegt, macht
8C plus. This level of route. Very power based. You can also see here as well the incline that we're looking at on the wall. Quite an incline as well when he's up to this point that he's at now, and he's about to approach the roof.
Go ahead. You bring on it. Come on. Well done.
There you are. This is what we're looking at the moment. It is still Midbo in the bronze medal position with 44 plus. We have Ramón de Grange 52 plus in the silver medal position, and Jakob Schubert holding the gold up there, 54 plus.
Well done. Nice
Min
one.
coming up to challenge him, and yes, he's found that same knee bar that we saw Ramón de Grange using a few moments ago. Crowd really getting behind the athletes, every single one of them, and Min wants it as well. You can see the guys up in the tent at the top.
No hands. Nice one.
You can actually see here at the moment he's not got a single hand on the wall. He's just using that knee bar to lean into it, lean back from it rather a little bit, shake out the hands.
Wahnsinn. Das nennt man Bewegungskreativität. Das ist unter 20:15 Uhr.
Really using up his time. 5 minutes 30 gone so far. Still 2.5 minutes though. It's a pretty good pace actually that he's setting at the moment.
And now, come on, go ahead. We get to
Is he going to
better.
keep him in good stead as he starts to move around the roof section now?
Woohoo! You've been in from Korea.
Not looking too pumped at all here at this moment. Really taking those rests has put him in good stead. If it's anything here, I think it'll be a slip. Another knee bar there. Spotted it and used it to his advantage.
Well done, nice one. Woo! Come on, stay on, stay on.
And this next one was the one that caught Magnus Midbo. A little bit more accuracy, you can see there. The rests have really done him a good service here at this point, using a heel hook there. Starting to get a little bit more pumped now, but still looking good. Very much in control of his own climb. Not too shaky at all.
Und jetzt wissen wir natürlich, was hier ansteht.
Again, another rest. We saw Jakob resting here earlier. That's what he's got left to go. 7 minutes nearly on the clock now. Those he's going to have to start moving pretty fast.
Um hier dieses Dach zu halten. Und ans Top zu gehen oder nicht.
49 is that red one next up above him.
Ali!
Straight to 50, he's bypassed the 49th. Another knee bar here, another different type of knee bar.
Well done.
Min Hyun-bin just looking so strong and just slipping off there at that point.
That's your applause.
And it was a slip, you can see there looking at the hands going, no, did not want to do that there. There's Barbara Bacher in the crowd, you can see also Katharina Salvine sitting down, looking up. Fantastic performance from Min Hyun-bin. That's put him into second place position. That's the silver medal there for Min Hyun-bin at the moment. just looks so strong. I said it'll be a slip, and it looked like it was. Found so many good opportunities to rest on the way up there. Knee bars left, right, and centre. Alexei Metoten saying Hyunbin is keeping us excited, and my palms really, really sweaty. Jui Hee saying, was the knee bar hands-free rest intended? I think from Min Hyunbin it was, yeah. And I'm sure the route setters knew that there were a couple of knee bars on the route there. They worked on it long enough. Here you are, you can see that final moment. He just didn't quite get his hand on it. Leant back a little bit too far from the wall, and the other hand came off as well, bringing him down. There you can see looking at the hands going, don't know what was going on there. And there they are having a conversation, Jakob Schubert and Min Hyunbin. It looks like Min's going to sit in the, yeah, that's the leader's chair and the second place floor position that we have here at the IFSC comps. Min's going to stay there by the look of things, have a conversation as we welcome Sachi AMMA. It just keeps getting better, guys. We have Sachi AMMA out now. Up until very recently was the world rank #1. He now drops down into world rank #2 position because he's been beaten so far this year by Ramón, and Ramón is still yet to come. We have our world rank #1, 2, and 3 in the men's finals here. We have our world champion, our European champion, and a couple of other younger athletes to throw into the mix as well. It has been a fantastic event so far, and it only gets better from here on in, with the women still to come. Sachi AMMA, here's a difference. Not approaching the wall at all. Taking a little look at some of those higher up positions. Thoughts on this one, guys? Are we going to see a top? If so, who do we think it's going to be? Is it going to be Sachi? Is it going to be Ramón? Will anyone manage to top the point where Jakob has set at this moment? Jimmy Smith on the Twitter feed saying, who needs hands anyway? Awesome climbing. I like your thinking, Jimmy. And yet again, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do so on Twitter using the hashtag IFSCWC. Sachi AMMA starts his climb now. So Sachi AMMA qualified to the finals in second place here with a 49 plus after 2 tops in the qualification rounds. The only other athlete to do those 2 tops in the qualies was Jakob Schubert. Between them, Sachi AMMA and Jakob Schubert were the only athletes out of all of the male athletes to even get 1 top, let alone 2 at the qualification stage, and AMMA has still kept pushing that by qualifying for the finals in second place. He's 23 years old from Tochigi, lives in Somiya-shi, currently world ranked 2nd, has been world ranked 1st, 2nd at Briançon this year, 2nd at Cran last year, 3rd place at Inzai last year, 2nd at Mokpo last year, gold medal at Briançon and Chamonix last year as well. Phenomenal athlete, very different stylistically from a lot of the other competitors we have here. Sachi AMMA begins his climb, and I think I'm going to go over and have a bit of a chat with our current leader, Jakob Schubert. So I'm going to go and do that.
This year, and is nearly won for this League World Cup here in Austria, and he was on the podium last year.
Well, while we are watching Sachi AMMA go up the wall, I thought, because I haven't even said hello.
See him though.
You can't see him from here. I thought as we haven't had a conversation since we started this comp, I wanted to know how that was for you.
Yeah, felt great. I think I did pretty well. The route felt good. I could recover really good at the end of the roof. That was like really important for me, and it helped me a lot to get like almost fresh again for these last moves. And I think I could have fighted a little more, but these moves up there were really hard. Like I did the move where Ramón fell, that was really hard because the left hold was really bad. And then the move where I fell, I felt like I had some power left, but it was far and a really bad hold. So yeah, I think we might see someone else falling there. But I think Sachi, he might be able to top it. We'll see.
What did you think of the roof section as well? That's a bit of a, we were talking to Paul earlier saying it's a bit of a strange beater up there. How was it for you getting up there?
Actually, like before the roof, like right before the roof was really hard to go again and come here. And then I like just, up there I thought about a beta because like it was a little confusing, there were so many holds, but it felt good and I was happy that I found that knee bar in the roof actually. It's helped me a lot, but I couldn't see the knee bar that Mini did, like so nice. I would have wanted that no hand as well, but
there were 3 or 4 points that he found just really interesting knee bar positions to get into up there.
Yeah.
You had a rest as well there. Sachi's just used one as well. So the point past the lip, moving up onto the very top section there, you came off just around the pentagram, that shape there. What was it there that caught you?
The move before you spin the hold before you spin the move, the feet is pretty bad, so it's kind of hard to spin the feet. And the 2 holds are actually not that good, but once you swing the feet back, they get so good. So it's a really good rest now.
From this position here that Sachi's in, he can rest for a little moment?
Yeah, I even had a toe hook with my other foot on the blue volume, which made it really comfortable to rest.
Jakob, I'm going to let you watch for a little while. I'm going to come talk to you a little bit later, all right?
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. I'll see you in a bit.
Thanks.
And now, we are waiting for breathing.
Well, exactly like Jakob just said, Sachi AMMA taking a rest here at this point. Obviously found a nice window of opportunity there.
Für diesen Teil jetzt wirklich hier nochmal Double-Kraft zusammen und wenn es hier dann möglich ist, die letzten Meter voranzugehen, weiterzugehen und vielleicht hier
Sachi really using some time to rest at this point as well.
from Japan.
Coming up to 6 minutes, still 2 more to go. He's climbed to this point faster than Min,
Hier ist Austria.
but there's where Min reached, currently sitting in the bronze medal position, Hyun-Bin Min. Ramón de Grange in the silver medal position with 52 plus, and Schubert still holding the gold, 54 plus. What are your thoughts, guys? Is AMMA going to get there
And now,
as Back in Black comes
we are
on?
with you, Sachi. Come on.
Awesome climbing music.
Ali. Woo. Well done. Nice.
And here we are, AMMA now starting to move up to the medals. This is what we want to see from the man that it constantly challenges, and he's made it. He's made the move that we just saw Min Hyun-Bin struggle with, and fallen at exactly the same point as Jakob Schubert, which unfortunately for Jakob means that he has to move off now, because due to countback, AMMA is in a higher position. AMMA very nearly just landed on my couch sitting next to me. That would have been perfect. I could have gone straight into an interview. AMMA now gets to go and sit over in the leading chair. Jakob has already moved away so that AMMA can go and sit down there. Due to countback, he is a new gold medalist at this point in the competition. Silver medal position drops down to Jakob Schubert. Ramón de Grange now in 3rd place. And the route setters look pretty happy about now. Jimmy Van Ryn saying it looks as though the smaller athletes have a disadvantage because of that reachy start section. But a great route, by the way. Thumbs up to the IFSC. Oh, Jimmy, that's going to be put to the test in a couple of seconds now, as we're about to see the smallest athlete come out and take to the stage. It'll be Ramón in a couple of seconds. Do we think he's going to manage with the start? Here's a replay of that last moment. Exactly the same thing happened to Jakob, just taking his feet off there, interestingly enough. All on the hands on that last move that he went for there.
Derzeit auf der 2.
And AMMA gets to rest.
Aber einer steht noch aus. Das heißt, Jakob Schubert ist
Hannah Wernch saying really good climb from Sachi AMMA, so close to a top again.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ateneo Rock Club joining us, saying palms are getting soaked here. Greetings from Venezuela. Go Ramón. Venga Ramón. Aviancia saying, is this the chat? It most definitely is. Welcome. Ramón then. Not knocking on heaven's door. That's what he plans to do here. He's got to get up 21.5 meters of an 8C plus based route, and he has to get higher than we've just seen Sachi AMMA reach, which is very, very close to the top. We would love to see a top. That's a perfect route as far as route setting goes. One top and a nice spread of the athletes beforehand. It's been good so far. Can it get a little bit better? Antonio Felix thinks so, saying Vamos Ramón. So, Ramón Julian Puigblanque starts his climb. 56 plus in the semi-finals, brought him through into the final in first place, as we would expect. 31 years old from Manliu, world ranked #1, has been so for many years. He was first at Briançon this year, second at the European Championships in Chamonix, first at Inzai last year, fifth at Mokpo, first at Atlanta, first at Purs, fourth at the World Championships in Paris, so just missed out on a medal there, although he has been world champion twice before, let us not forget, and also European champion twice before. He won the Rockmaster last year as well. He also won in Barcelona 2011, Cran 2011, and the World Championships in Arco was in 2011 as well. He took the gold medal there. This man's rap sheet is a lot bigger than he is. One of the shortest climbers, incredibly skilled, huge level of endurance, stamina and strength. And here you can see that stretchy start that Jimmy was just talking about a little bit earlier. Is it going to be a problem for Ramón? Nice to see Jakob talking to Sachi here as well. Sharia saying awesome climb by Sachi AMMA. So, Ramón begins. Less than 2 minutes. Used up so far, plenty of time here. And he's got to take some time on this. This is the stretchy start for him. Maybe there is a disadvantage to a smaller climber here. There's another foothold out to the right. He's just spotted it now, leaning out. Little bit of a shake to one foot, but not too bad at all. Questions pouring in then as Esteban Vangas says, go Ramón. And also Eric N saying, vamos Ramón, voy a ti. But Aviancia saying, just a small question, in which event is Sean McCall taking place? Makes it sound like Sean McCall is his own event. But Sean did compete in this one, unfortunately did not make it through into the finals after a fall very early on in the semis. He ended up in 10th place. Here we are, Ramón, which of course means little Ramón. This man has climbed many routes of 9A and harder. This is a little bit easier than that, an 8C plus. Very different conditions though, no doubt. Started climbing when he was a child with his parents. Competed in the senior categories from 2001. Took that first victory in 2002. The year after that, the first podium in a Lead World Cup. That was at Cran. At the last stage of the 2002 season. Became European champion in 2004 at Lecco in Italy. And here he is now approaching both our current world champion and our European champion, and also Sachi AMMA in the mix there as well. Those are the results as they stand at the moment. 54 plus, the one to beat. Get a hand just past that pentagram, and you're moving on and up. So about to start approaching the roof. Is he going to be able to spot the knee bars? The moments of resting.
Well,
Doesn't look like he actually needs to rest at the moment. Yep, there it is, spotting the knee bar, allowing him to clip in for a moment, but still looks very much in control. Not too pumped at all. Only 5 minutes used. He still has 3 left to go. 8 minutes in total for each of these athletes.
zu lasten, aber ist schon wieder unterwegs und geht weiter. Well done! Ali, come on, stay on!
But there you can see the angle from down on the ground and how high Ramón is at the present moment in time as he's negotiating the roof. That's where he is from the ground.
Well done! Nice one!
And the crowd are behind him as well. Is he going to go for another knee bar here?
Ali, Ali!
No, deciding against it. Nice to see the athletes finding different beaters at this point as well.
Come on!
A little bit further and he's got that rest coming up.
Come on, Julian! Good luck!
Unbelievable toe hook there on that one. There's hardly anything to go on, but he's found something there. Very interesting to see him switch at that point. And up to the next one.
He is good. He is really good.
Prediction from Ashley Scott, if he makes the lip, he will top.
What a move!
Vikram saying Ramón is looking strong. Unbelievable, 2-3 fingers, his entire body weight then, took everything else off the wall. What a risk to pull at this point in the competition. He's doing it again here now. That was incredible. Completely trusting in his own abilities. Took everything off the wall apart from 3 fingers on a roof section. Just pulled himself nice and calmly over to that next hold. And now he has that moment that he can take a bit of a time here and shake out if he wants to. But I think you're right there, Vikram, by saying Ramón is looking strong. It's not quite the word, I don't think.
And now we need you. We need the support. Come on. Woo-hoo.
So this is the lip, and Ramón is still looking good, looking in control here. Ivana saying, Ale, Ramón.
Come on, Ali. Ali.
Too big a jump there at that point.
That's your applause.
Unfortunately, not so for Ramón Julian Puigblanque, which I think means that the results stand as they are, I do believe.
Ramón Julian Puigblanque from Spain.
Ramón just a little bit too quick, a little bit too rushed there at that last point.
Nice one.
Still, fantastic climbing all round here. So, it's looking like gold medal for Sachi AMMA, silver medal for Jakob Schubert. And that could be Ramón actually in third. Just wait for a moment to get that checked.
Ramón, that's your applause.
So, Ramón, a wave to the crowd.
So, ladies and gentlemen, meine Damen und Herren, das war das Finale der Herren.
Sachi AMMA,
Und es geht in
a gold medal, and Sachi back in the battle against Ramón to replace him on the world rankings.
Eine ganz wichtige Sache, meine Damen und Herren, und da bitte ich Sie jetzt an dieser Stelle hier dabei zu bleiben und darf jetzt hier an den WK-Präsident Dr. Olkutscher das Mikrofon übergeben. Quasi, ist es was Trauriges, ist es was Schönes, ich weiß es nicht, ich bin auf jeden Fall jetzt leise und übergebe Ihnen jetzt das Mikrofon.
Meine Damen und Herren, vor Beginn des Damenfinales ist der richtige Zeitpunkt.
Sachi being congratulated by Heiko, who is the Austrian coach. And there's also Jerome. Jakob just over to one side as well. It looks like Jakob's getting interviewed already at this stage. We still have the women's yet to come. You got about just enough time to go and grab yourself a drink, do your business, whatever you need to do to get back. Interesting to see some people joining us on Twitter. Michael Albrecht saying maybe Ramón should try some bouldering cups. Possibly. Interesting. Sachi AMMA taking the gold due to countback against Jakob Schubert. And here we have 51 plus as being the point where Min Hyunbin is sitting in. 52 plus for Ramón de Grange. But there you are, Julian Puigblanque jumping up 52 plus. Now he takes the bronze medal.
Dabei sind auch viele Entbehrungen und sie hat mir bei einem Gespräch nach der Weltmeisterschaft in Paris verraten, dass sie eigentlich Angst hat vor der Rückkehr ins normale Leben. Jedoch, wenn ich hier zugeschaut habe, bei der Freude und bei der Leichtigkeit, wie sie geklettert ist, denke ich, ist das...
It's nice to see some of the athletes complimenting each other as well. Sachi AMMA over here with Ramón. They're having a bit of a conversation before I have a chat with Sachi myself in a few moments. Just give them a couple of seconds to try and sort it out. Sachi. Sachi, how are you feeling? That is a gold medal. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really these days enjoying fight with Ramón because he's really like a monster, you know. His endurance is really big, and so this route is really long and his style. So finally I won, so it's really good for me. I'm really happy.
So you're enjoying the challenge of you and Ramón fighting with each other for the first place on the world rankings?
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, all the time talk with Ramón, but he don't speak a lot English, so I don't know, but yeah, I really enjoy it.
Do you just sort of stare at each other across the thing and just decide which one of you is going to win?
Yeah.
How was the competition at the at Briançon just recently?
Briançon, it was really. It was last year. I won in Briançon. Is it okay? Okay. I won the last year Briançon. So Briançon is like my home. You know, everyone looks like a friend. You know, so the competition was really something like a special experience for me. Everyone cheering for me, and I was second, but yeah, it was really nice competition. Yeah.
So congratulations for here. From here, where do you go on to from now? Are you going to be at the next comp?
I will join Munich boulder. It's the last boulder in this year, but for me, first competition boulder.
We haven't seen you do boulder for a while, so you're going to do boulder this year?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a chance to join, so I try, and then I go to Arco Rockmaster, and then Adidas Rockster. Next week is Pulse, so I will have a really busy month, August. Yeah.
I look forward to watching you, Sachi. Congratulations, another gold. So lovely to talk to Sachi AMMA. We are now about to get things started very soon, with the female final here.
Können wir hier starten, und zwar mit dem nächsten Finale, dem Finale der Damen, meine Damen und Herren, an diesem heutigen Abend. Ein wunderschöner Abend hier in Imst. Und bevor es hier mit den Damen hier losgeht, noch mal kurz die Frage, wie ist die Stimmung? Das ist gut. Wir warten auf die nächsten und auf die erste Athletin, meine Damen und Herren. Jawohl, und hier darf ich auf die Bühne bitten und zunächst die erste Dame. 8 Minuten.
So guys, we are only halfway through. We are about to get things started with the women's final event. I can just see they are bringing out Jessica Pills. Let's hand you over there now.
Und jetzt, wie wir auch schon hier zuerst erklärt haben, geht es für Sie auf der Damenroute los, wie gesagt, die rechte Route hier. Und wir sind gespannt. Sie ist die erste und zeigt uns jetzt.
So, Jessica Pills now moves out. We start our female final here now. Jessica qualifying yesterday for the final with 51 plus, qualifying in 8th place. Jessica Pills for Austria. The hope of Austria, the younger generation in this final. We've also got Magdalena Roek yet to come later on. She's only 16 years old, Jessica Pills, from Hague, world ranked 34th. Took the gold medal at the European Youth Championships in Imst this year at this venue. Also gold medals at the European Youth Cups in Kran. And also at the European Youth Championship in Gemazak last year. Plenty of gold medals. She's been World Youth Championship in 2012 as well. 2 times European Youth Champion. She's now here challenging the senior athletes for the podium position.
Auf dem Weg in ihr großes Finale bei diesem Weltcup, bei diesem Handweltcup hier in Imst. Das wissen wir seit 2 Wochen hier. Neue Jugendeuropameisterin im Lied hier in Imst und Vize-Jugendeuropameisterin in Polen.
So Jessica moving up this female route now, and in a few seconds I'm about to be joined by our chief route setter, Paul de Wilde from France. Another very, very long route here for Jessica Pills. So, Paul, talk us through the female route. What is it that we're looking at here?
We are looking after the top. We have the ranking after the semi-final for 6 girls, but 2 are tied at the first place. So we want one girl to the top, but not 2 for sure. And we will see.
So you're concerned about the divide because we have Mina Markovic and Magdalena Roek both tied in first place, and they've been tied since the qualification round as well. So you've intended this route to be only topped by one of them. What kind of style is this route? What are we looking at?
It's just very long, and you have to climb properly and to do no mistake. Just at this place where she's now, it's necessary to climb very carefully and don't mistake.
So it's another endurance-based route, this one.
Yeah, endurance and you know, if you look just now, she's wondering what she has to do, and she finds just now the right way. So yeah.
So it's a bit of a technical moment up here as well. You have to figure out where exactly you're going. So there's some technical climbing to be seen here as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about the grading of this route, the level of difficulty.
8B plus.
So the same as the semi-finals route, we're seeing an 8B plus here at this one.
Yeah, this one is a little bit more sustained. There is not a big. It's not easy at the bottom, and then hard. It's hard all the way.
So continuous, sustained, and again. So is this point here that we saw Jessica just come down at, is that going to be one of the interesting points to watch? You think it's a tricky point?
Normally no, but I think she was tired. Normally no, I don't understand why, because she looks quite fresh, and I think she did mistake. I didn't see exactly what she did. Perhaps she missed a heel hook. I don't understand exactly why she fell.
So if there is a point on this wall where you're expecting to see along this route that we are going to see the most amount of falls or the most amount of difficulties, where do you think that the divide is going to come in?
Just at the lip with the ball, you can see the round the ball, the round feature, just at this place, just before and just after.
And out of all of the athletes that we've got here gathered for the final, who is it that you think might make it through onto the podium? Oh, just bear with us 1 second. Looks like the route setters are having a bit of a chat. Jessica Pills then. A good effort to start there from the young 16-year-old athlete. She takes the leader seat. Just there. We wait for our next athlete to emerge. We'll be talking through that one in just a short moment's time. If you have any questions for Paul, do send them in to us. He's sitting here just next to me as Ellen Janiko takes to the stage. It looks like the route setters are going to be having a discussion here at this point about the wall and the condition here. They need to have a conversation. So Jan Zabranek has just come across and pulled Paul away for a moment. They're going to come back and finish off the conversation in a short moment's time as Ellen Janiko takes the stage. So Ellen, born in 1993, she qualified into this final in 7th place with a score of 51 plus. She only came ahead of Jessica Pills, who had the same score due to countback. We do have a nice spread in the women's, apart from our two tied first positions. Ellen Janiko, 19 years old, world ranked 4th. 2 bronze medals already this year. One at the European Championship in Chamonix and one at our first IFSC World Cup at Briançon. Now on to this, Imst, our 2nd World Cup. Can she better that bronze? She came 2nd at the Female Juniors League European Youth Championship in Zemozak in 2012. This is after taking a gold medal on the senior circuit. She went back to the European Youth Championship to fight it out there again as well. So Ellen, another very young competitor, starting to prove her worth on the senior circuit. So just having a look at this point now that Ellen's on the wall then. She's just started off relatively vertical, starting to bow out across the prow. You can see here from this side angle. Incline gradually starting to grow more and more as she starts to approach the upper section of the wall. And in a little while, we'll have a look at the upper section of the wall, and I'll talk to you about that point that Paul was talking about a moment ago, where he thinks we're going to see the divide of the female athletes as we move through the final here. Paul's called this a sustained 8B plus route. It starts hard and it just keeps on going on that level, keeps drawing it out. It's all about endurance, stamina, resistance. Ellen shaking out a little bit here. Some support for Ellen Janico then. Get it into us on Twitter. Hashtag IFSCWC. Ashley joining in. LA Helen.
Letztes Jahr 2012 hier Imst. Und da bist du natürlich ganz klar dran arbeiten. Geht mehr für sie.
Now she's starting to approach the point that we saw Jessica having a tricky moment at this point. It's all about how you read this and move on from this point. She's going to get the clip in now before she decides what she's going to do from here. She can't go straight up. There you can see Jessica Pills sitting down on the ground watching. And there Ellen has spotted it straight away. Got the heel hook as well. It's keeping her on the wall, which is what was missed by Jessica. She's even resting in that point for a moment there. Switching the feet though again here.
Wow.
Getting herself into a better position.
Nice one.
So we're not quite at the point yet that Paul said would be the dividing point for the female athletes, but we're not too far away. Big reach there to clip into that next one. Ellen looking good here at the moment. Another rest for her, just over 4 minutes used up. She has that again to go here.
Nice one. Stay on.
So Ellen Janico with our new high point, moving up into the gold medal position so far in the female finals. This next move and around here is the one that Paul is talking about. That bulge you can see with the piggyback hold, she's just got her hand onto it there. Around here is the point that Paul is expecting to see the falls. This is the lip that you can see there at the very top of the prow. Ellen looking very strong at the moment, controlled. Can she make this next move though? This is what it comes down to. It's a big reach out for the next hold. Heel hook here, interesting. Can she hold this though? Next move. Just slipping out there, but she definitely controlled that one. So she'll have a plus here on her score. She moves up into the gold medal position, looking fantastic here at the moment. So Ellen Janico sets the new high point for us. We'll have a look at where she got to in a few moments' time. Ellen back down on the ground. The French team there. Coach offering congratulations. So Jimmy Van Ryn asking, what is the hardest onside or flash in competition? Does anyone know? And then saying, go ladies as well. I've never seen, in my time, the past 2 years of doing these events, I've never seen a 9A at competition standard. In fact, as I said earlier with the men's, the 8C plus is one of the hardest, or that would be the hardest route that I've seen for the men's in terms of the grading that I've been offered by the route setters. Ellen Janico sits in the leader chair as we welcome Kim Jain out to perform here, performing a token bow, nod of respect to the crowd. Thank you for your support to follow. Kim Jain taking a moment to analyse the route ahead of her. Ellen Janico in the comfy chair, relaxing for a moment now. Thoughts? Send them in to us on Twitter using the hashtag IFSCWC. Let us know what you're thinking as Kim Jain takes the stage with a 52 plus in the semi-finals. She qualified in 6th place, which means countback could be against her, even with a top here. So she needs to pull out a good score. 24-year-old athlete from Goyang City, world ranked #1. Gold medal at Briançon, silver medal last year. If we move into the 2012 season, it is podiums all the way. Silver medal in Inzai, gold medal at Mokpo, bronze medal at Zinning, gold medal at Atlanta and at Perth, silver medal at the World Championships in Paris, silver medal at Chamonix. The list just goes on and on and on. It goes the same all the way through 2011 as well. You are looking at one of the top 3 female lead climbers in competition level in the world today. And we've got some of the others still to come. Mina Markovic in a little while. Very fluid style and movement from Jain. Very controlled, moves with purpose and grace. And we were watching her in Briançon. Natalie Berry called her climbing style poetic. It's quite a nice way of describing Kim Jain when she's on the wall. Hannah Wunsch saying, come on Jain, and also Yavanna offering some support as well.
Aber sie ist dafür unaufhaltsam. Und wir sind gespannt, wie sie jetzt dann in dieser Finalrunde agiert.
Incredibly controlled.
She won many times the World Cup in the last years.
Face just never seems to break from that placid concentration look that she has. Luigi joining us on Twitter saying, Allez Jain. So plenty more female athletes still yet to come, but for now we stay with Kim Jain on the wall. 2 minutes 50 used up of her time so far. Plenty of time still yet to go. She is very slow and steady at this point. Still relatively close to the start. She's been climbing since 2000, started at the age of 12. Competition climbing at the age of 14. She was the combined world champion, the overall champion at the IFSC World Championships in Paris. So although she came second in the lead in Paris, she still took the combined title, which is all 3 events, so lead, speed and bouldering. She's already used half of her time here though, and she is still quite a way away from the end. This very controlled method, you can see there the distance she's still got left to go. It's the majority of the route here, and she's used half of her time up. She could be in for a timeout unless she really starts to push here, and she has to do a good performance as she qualified so low down for the finals. If she wants to see a medal, she's got to get right up there, challenge Ellen Janico, who is still sitting on the leader chair down at the bottom here. A lot of people throwing some support in here though for Kim, who want to see her top, telling us that she's able. She definitely is one of the ones we'd expect to see topping out here. But 5 minutes here used, and she's not even towards the roof section yet.
Info für dieses Finale, meine Damen und Herren. Bei den Damen gibt's ja quasi eine
Got to start making some speed up here. We have seen some athletes wear watches as they go up the wall, so they can keep an eye on the time.
Da kann man natürlich auch die Zeit mitspielen und interessant werden. Und jetzt hier für Jain Kim weiter geht's.
You can see the flexibility of some of these athletes.
Wissen wir, wer hier auf dem
Jain figuring out what to do from here, and she's got a very, very broad ape, Kim Jain, so she should be able to do some transferring here and get up to that one on the left. You can see marked with white chalk on the side. She's got a match and cross here. We'll go up and cross.
Jain Kim from Korea. Ali, come on.
There we go, up to the side. 6 minutes used now. She only has 2 minutes left to try and get a top here. Oh, a little bit awkward there. That's the first time I think I've ever seen her take back a move once she's tried it. Getting into a little bit of trouble with the technical side of things up here at this point on the wall. Managing to stay there though. Incredible strength. A frown here. Heel hook.
Jetzt wird spannend. Und hier braucht sie, glaube ich, unsere Unterstützung. Jawohl!
She makes the next move. Approaching 7 minutes. She's got 1 minute left to try and get to the top here. Quite a way still yet to go, and it only gets harder from the lip onwards as well. She isn't quite near the point that we saw Ellen Janiko get to either. She's quite a few moves away from that. This is a very slow climb from Kim Jain. A lot of you noticing that one as well. She's very close, 30 seconds here. She's got to keep moving. She's got to start moving faster as well if she wants to see herself up towards the medals. She's currently sitting in silver place, second place position. 20 seconds left on the clock though. She's in real danger of being called down from the wall here. Our clock might not be exactly what the judges have, but it's pretty close, guys. So she might have a couple of seconds after we hit 0 before the judges call it. This is good though. This is her starting to move up into the gold medal position now. And she's moving fast, but no, they've called her down.
Time out, yes, time out. Sorry for that, time out. Time out. Hello. Time out. Time out, Julian. Hello. She's enjoying very much.
She didn't want to get down there at all. Interesting to see the MC having to call her down. She waves, but unfortunately, timeout there for Kim Jain, and she did not look tired at all. She looked like she could have carried on going. Such a shame, but unfortunately, that is a timeout at that point. It puts her into the gold medal position. Will it be enough? What a shame. Kim Jain back down on the ground again. Some thoughts from you guys then about that one? Hannah Wirch saying Jain is running really low on time, but other people, of course, complimenting the way that this athlete climbs. Incredibly elegant, incredibly graceful. We have Dinesh Silva saying Ale Kim Jain fighting top that route, and I think she could have as well. Unfortunately being called down, but it looked like she meant to go on. She didn't want to come down. Jack Drake saying, now I see what poetry in motion is. Kim Jain is a beast. And Nat Berry saying Kim Jain, the definition of elegance. Absolutely. She now sits in the gold medal position chair, and she rests there for a moment. But she must be a little bit frustrated with the whole time thing at the moment. She did take a very, very long time to start that route. She got a lot faster as she went on. Maybe she was aware on some level of the time, but she did look surprised when they shouted up and said that's time out. But for now, we leave her sitting there and being able to relax for a little while. And we welcome our next female athlete, Evgenia Malamid of Russia, qualifying from yesterday in 5th place in the semi-finals with a score of 53. So climbed higher than Kim Dain did in the semi-finals. And look how quick she is to start here. No waiting around for Evgenia Malamid of Russia. 26-year-old athlete from Voronezh, world ranked 9th. So, while Evgenia is just starting off, before we talk a little bit about Evgenia, Paul has come back across. Are you more relaxed now? Have you settled into it?
Yes, I am. But the route looks perhaps a little bit too easy, but it's hard to top it in 8 minutes, and so I would just hope that all the girls will not be stopped by the time. So
it's never anything you want to rely on going back to the
fact
time.
is the wall is very high. It's more than 20 meters high, and the route is designed to go on the way of the features, and you have to climb fast. So, and girls don't like to climb fast, so
you could
still a little bit anxious, more than for the guys.
You could see that Kim Dain was definitely taking her time, going very slow at the start of this route. Why do you think she was so slow at the very beginning here? Do you think it's maybe a height difference or something?
I think she's climbing really peacefully, and she likes to take her time to climb very carefully, very properly. And in fact, in this kind of routes, it's not possible to climb like that.
But purely because of the time, you think? Because we were talking earlier, you were saying that one of the main things the girls have to do on this route is to be very precise with their climbing, be very careful. So her style actually really suits this route. It's just that the length of it and the amount of time for her has caught her.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So we have Evgenia on the wall at the moment. We've seen Ellen put in a very good performance, getting up to exactly the point you thought we'd see a lot of problems around the lip at the top there. Of the other remaining female athletes, which ones are you most afraid of? Which ones do you think might get there or cause problems for you?
Ooh, it's a difficult question. We have...
You're saying some concern about Mina Markovic and Magdalena Roek. Are you still now worried that the two tied athletes could have a chance of getting there?
At the bottom of the prow, there is a specific move, very sensitive move on the volume. You have to have a balance on the left, on the right foot, and every girl can fall at this place. So I just hope that the best one can go to the lip also, and after we will see.
Paul, thank you very much for talking to us. I'm going to let you go and watch the rest of the competition, relax a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Paul. So, Evgenia Malamid, just to talk you through some of the previous results for her. So as I said, that the previous results for Evgenia Malamid, we're looking at 8th place at Chamonix at the European Championships. She made the final there. She's world ranked 9th. She came 7th at Cran at the end of last year, the closing World Cup for us in 2012. 9th at Insight, just missed out on a final. 11th at Mokpo, just missed out on the final. 8th at Zinning, 7th at Purs. Her best result so far to date was a bronze medal at the Rockmaster competition at Arco in 2012. Can she make a podium here? She obviously climbed exceptionally well during the semi-finals. She bested Kim Gain, Ellen Jellicoe and Jessica Pills to get to the position that she is at now. We still have our new European champion, Dinara Fakhretdinova, yet to come, who is climbing exceptionally well at the moment. Momoka Oda, who put in a phenomenal performance during the semi-finals yesterday, and Magdalena Roek and Mina Markovic, who have just been unstoppable throughout this competition, both with 2 tops in the qualification stages, both with 59 plus at the semi-finals, just 1 move away from the top in the semi-finals. They're both looking very strong, and all that is still yet to come here at the women's final for Imst 2013, our 2nd IFSC Lead World Cup this year. But here's Evgenia now. So a heel hook here to allow her to get round onto the front of the prow. This is the prow that we were talking about with Paul a few moments ago. This is the very top of that. And now she has to start going on this diagonal, almost traverse up to the next section on an even steeper incline than she's on at the moment, before hitting the lip and trying to push on from there. She's used 6 minutes just over of her time. 2 minutes left, still in a better position and climbing a little bit faster than Kim Dae-in a moment ago, but has she got the endurance? Has she got the skill to be able to push past our current world rank number 1? Here we go. Trying to match there, bit fiddly, but yes, she's got a hand onto the next point. And we saw Kim clip here at this point. Is Evgenia going to do the same? No, she goes to the next one. She's going to have to clip though in a moment. A heel hook. And slips, unfortunately, there. A big fall. Kicking her feet in frustration as she comes down. But she is smiling and the crowd are giving her a round of applause. Evgenia Malamid coming back down onto the ground. Next up, Dinara Fakhretdinova, our new European champion. So some comments from you guys pouring in then, talking about the Kim Yain situation. Really annoying timeout for Yain. She was looking so strong. Shame, Kim would have topped for sure. Avianza saying she was able to top. But then Florian von Forst saying exactly what I thought as we were watching her, just saying her time management was not the best. But it was a great performance. An incredible performance by Kim Dae-in. She would have topped, I do believe she would have, definitely. Very much in control still at that point. She didn't want to get down when she was called down. But they know they've only got 8 minutes and they know how long this route is. They've been climbing on this wall now. This is their 2nd day. Their 4th route that they've climbed on this wall. And here she is, Dinara Fakhretdinova, waddling out onto the field. That's because she's wearing boots, or trainers rather, on top of her climbing shoes. We're just going to have a look at it now for you. You can see this is her trying to keep her shoes in the best condition. Very stylish there. Shoes inside of shoes. And also taking a little while to analyse the route, which is always nice to see. We see some athletes that have decided they've seen enough of it in the observation period. They're going to come out, they're just going to drive onto the wall. Nice to see Dinara waddling up now, actually taking some time to look at the route ahead of her. So, here we go, Dinara Fakhretdinova. She qualified in 4th place from the semi-finals, 56 plus on her semi-final route, just behind Momoka Oda, who we'll see next. Dinara, 20 years old, from Salavat, currently lives in Kinski. She's world ranked 7th on the World Cup rankings so far for this year. She's world ranked, World Cup rankings, 4th. She came 4th in Briançon. She won, obviously, I know I keep saying it, but it's definitely one of her best achievements. She took the gold medal at the European Championships just recently in Chamonix, and she deserved it as well. It was an incredible performance. You can watch all of these playbacks. If you've missed any of our action throughout the year, you can find them on YouTube by going onto the IFSC's channel there and watch to your heart's content the performances these athletes have put in prior to this event to reach this point in their career. So, looking at some of her other results as well then, 7th place at Inzai in 2012. She took the bronze medal at Mokpo last year, made finals in Atlanta, took the gold in the women's speed event at the Rockmaster last year as well. And then before that, we're into 2011, where she is still competing on the European Youth Cups. So gold medal at Cran in the European Youth Cup in 2011, gold in Cran in 2010 as well, gold at Vienne, and gold here at Imst in 2010 as well. So Dinara not only onto a winning run so far this year with the senior competitions, she has also won here in Imst before at a European Youth Series in 2010. So she's been on that podium before here. Can she do the same thing again? Dinara, one of the smaller female athletes here, but not as small as Kim Jain. And she's definitely been on top form recently. Looks very, very strong. One of the things that she's actually put down to training with Dmitry Sharafutinov, very well-known boulderer. Definitely done something in her training anyway this year. So support them for Dinara. Do send it in to us on Twitter using the hashtag IFSCWC. Jain still sitting in the chair, nice and relaxed. Down at the bottom of the wall here, watching Dinara. Dinara slow and steady, checking as she goes up. There you can see Kim in the top corner of your screen now. Nice and lean back on her chair. It's going to be interesting. There are three other female athletes still to come after this. Kim Jain in a bit of a tentative position. If any of those athletes reach the same point that she has got to, they will beat her due to count back. And if they climb faster than she did, there's a chance we could see some tops here. No doubt our route setters are a little bit on edge. 57.5 at the moment. Ellen Janiko 56.5 plus. This is an interesting one.
Well done. Давай, давай.
So you can see where she's got to get to, Dinara Fakhridinova. Where she's going to go through a bit of a technical maneuver to get over onto the front of the prow before moving onto the roof. But you can see how much faster Dinara has climbed here than both Kim Jain and also Evgenia Malamid a moment ago. 4.5 minutes. She's at the same point that Kim Jain was at about 5.5 to 6 minutes it took for Kim Jain to reach this point. Not through any difficulty, purely because she was just taking her time, relaxing into it. Dinara clearly aware of the time.
Mina Markovic. She's taking her time.
Pausing here to figure out where she's going to go from this point.
Well done. Here we go. Wow.
So we see her going straight up for that one. She has an idea that that's where she's got to go. Feet are in an awkward position here though. Just reach round, try and use the arrête maybe. How is she going to get across? There we are, dropping down a little bit. That puts her in a perfect position to get over onto that hold on the front of the prow. Heel hook here as well. We saw that a little bit earlier. Next hand up. Dinara still looking good here, still looking controlled, calm, not too pumped. Another heel hook. And she's going to clip from this point as well, look. That means that she doesn't have to think about it when she gets a hand up onto that sloper just above her with the left. She's going to go up there in a moment. Evgenia would have had that on her mind when she got up to that point. Saw Kim Jain use that clip while she was resting in this position as well. And she's going to go up with the left. Six and a half minutes. Just 1.5 minutes left. She is going to have to get a move on now. Now she's starting to use up a bit of the rest time. She's got to keep moving. There's the left. A heel hook with the right. Up then with the right hand. Heel hook with the left. Nice, controlled, fluent. Dinara still looking good. 7 minutes has gone though. We are in danger of another timeout here. She's got a minute. It's just enough time. If she starts moving now, she's got to be quick going through it. 40 seconds. Dinara has to move. We are assured that it can be done in 8 minutes. By the way, part of the route setter's job, make sure that you can actually complete the routes. Dinara's just got to move now. She's taking too long to shake out the arm. She's got 20 seconds, less than now. Very, very nice here. This is her moving up towards the gold medal. And slipping just, I think, just before it, possibly. We'll have a look at it in a moment. She's shaking her head. She's not happy with it. Kim Jain not entirely sure herself. You can see her just in a moment when she's down on the foot. She was just checking what was going on there. Not sure quite where Dinara reached. Fakhretdinova, an incredible climb there for her. Didn't run out of time, but not sure whether she'd have had enough time all in all to have got to the top if she had carried on and stuck that point. These guys have got to be quick. We have 3 more of them left yet to go. Just waiting to see what the result is. Here's that replay for you. Just doesn't quite get the fingers in the pocket there. And down she comes. It's looking like Kim Jain is still in the gold medal position. Johannes is putting her back down in the chair. No, you're not allowed to leave it. Get back on your seat. And here we are. Momoka Oda now moves out. So Kim, the pressure is still on her. Not allowed to relax just yet. So we are down to the last 3. Momoka Oda qualifying for the finals with a score of 56 plus in the semi-finals. She comes through in 3rd place for Japan. Momoka Oda, 19-year-old athlete, current world youth champion from Singapore last year. Born and lives in Yamaguchi, world ranked 5th at the young age of 19 years old. 5th at the Bouldering World Cup in Toronto and 5th at Innsbruck at the Bouldering World Cup this year. 2nd at Chongqing, she took a silver medal there. Bronze medal at Chamonix last year, 5th place at Briançon last year. And here's the interesting fact about Momoka Oda. She is the current reigning champion here at Imst. She took a gold medal here last year, 2012. Can she do it again? And that was before, on a senior level, she went back to compete at the World Youth Championship in the female juniors category, just 19 days after Imst last year. Gold medal at Imst last year, gold medal at Singapore last year as well. Current reigning champion from Imst last year, Momoka Oda.
Momoka Oda, meine Damen und Herren, Julian World Game 2012. Second in the Boulder World Cup in China.
Dinara Fakhretinova currently sitting in a silver medal position. And Ellen Janiko currently sitting in the bronze, with Kim Jae-in holding on to the gold medal position at the moment. Waiting to see what happens next as Momoka Oda takes to the stage. Thoughts on Momoka Oda then? Thoughts on the next two to follow her, Magdalena Roek and Mina Markovic? Are we going to see any tops here tonight? If so, who do you think out of those three it's going to be? Is it Oda? Is it Markovic? Or is it Roek that we might see at the top of this wall? There you can see Kim Jae-in patiently watching Momoka climb. Not too pumped at all, Momoka Oda at this point.
Momoka Oda, ladies and gentlemen, here within the spawn routes of the Leeds World Cup 2013.
Moving at a decent enough speed, stretching in between each move. Now actually taking a rest. As soon as I say she's moving at a good speed, she stops. So taking a rest here.
Well done, Momoka Oda here on the way up. Well up, keep coming.
Still looking relatively easy, making her way up the prow here. Sheena McCarron joining us in the chat saying, this is a fairly atypical female final. What do you think? I'm not sure. Timeout for Kim Jae-in's a bit of a mix-up.
Momoka Oda ist natürlich auch hier in Imst mit dem letzten Jahr quasi erfolgsmäßig vorbelastet.
Bit of a swing there, but she's wasting no time getting over to that hold on the prow. Straight into a heel hook and up again. Switching to another foot. But Oda looking very controlled here. Comfortable. Here we are then. Starting to move up towards the medals. Okay, so this is where it's going to start to get interesting from this point on. If she can keep the speed up, if she can keep moving, and if she can get past that bulging point that she's just put her right hand on now. This is the tricky point. This is the point that Paul was saying could be the moment we see some athletes fall. We did see a few athletes earlier on fall at this point, but if Momoka can keep pushing, keep on top of the time, we could be seeing her move into the medals here. Possibly challenging Kim Jain. Still very much in control of this climb at the moment. Switching to two different drop knees there, almost. Horizontal drop knees. Resting almost a little bit at this point. She needs to keep moving though. This is good. Only a few moves away from her top. This is her, I believe, moving into gold medal position. Fantastic climbing from Momoka ODA. We saw it yesterday at the semi-final. She's doing the exact same thing again here. Continuing to raise the bar for us, challenging the other athletes. Fantastic performance here. Still moving. Going for a clip here now. Deciding against it. Bit of an awkward position. She's got to get that clip in. And falling there. But a fantastic effort from Momoka ODA. She moves into the gold medal position. And with only two more athletes yet to come, that secures her at least a bronze medal at this stage in the event. Incredible performance there from Momoka.
This final of the women. And that's definitely the leads, and that's the rest on the sofa.
So the difficulties, people are asking on Twitter, the difficulty for the men's was an 8C+. The difficulty for the women's was an 8B+. That's for this one that they're climbing now, it's an 8B+. And Johannes is saying, go and sit in the chair. Kim Jain coming up to congratulate. So that crowd, that's Katharina Sarvine sitting in there. I think Colin quite likes Katharina Sarvine and keeps going back to her. And there are our current gold and silver medal position athletes. Momoka pushing into the gold medal spot at the moment. So Dinara Fakirdanova down to bronze. Dinara didn't wait around much at all. She went straight behind the back after she got down. Obviously not too happy with her performance. Two more athletes yet to come. And the first is Magdalena Roek. Let's see how this one can get on him. She had two tops at the qualification and a 59+ at the semi-final, which brought her neck and neck through to this stage in equal first in the finals to qualify with Mina Markovic. Magdalena Roek, born in 1994. She's 19 years old, same as Momoka ODA, from Landeck, world ranked 8th at the present moment in time. And she won the female juniors lead European Youth Championship here in Imst just a few weeks ago. So we have two of the European Youth Champions in the final. Magdalena, another one of them. took the silver medal at the World Youth Championship in Singapore, female junior lead category last year. But she is a previous European youth champion. She won it in 2012 at Zemozat in France in the female junior lead category. She came 7th in the European Championship this year as well in the senior category in Chamonix. Oh, and looking at the female Youth A lead, European Youth Cup results and World Youth Championship results. Gold medals all the way around there. So she's another one like Jessica Pills, another previous World Youth Champion here at Imst. She won it in 2011 when the World Youth Championships was held here in Imst. So yet another athlete here, Magdalena Roek, who has taken the top of the podium and a championship title here at this venue in Imst. The Austrian team, Magdalena Roek, now starts her climb. Gold medals in 2011 at Kran, Pau, Imst, Veliko Tarnovo, and also Edinburgh.
Geboren im Jahr 1994 ist sie Juniorin, aber top bei den Hauptgewerben im Weltcup.
Magdalena, been a member of the Austrian youth climbing team since 2008.
Jawohl, jetzt Unterstützung von uns. Magdalena, alle.
She's keeping up with the time here now then. She's only used 2.5 minutes and she's already started to move at the wall. Well within capability of seeing a top here from this athlete. What are your thoughts, guys? Is it going to be her or is it going to be Mina or none or all of the above? Florian von Frost getting involved, saying, come on, Magdalena, I want to see a top, allez. Sheila McCarran saying, unbelievable climb by Momoka just a moment ago. And that you think only Mina can or might go higher. Interesting words, Sheila. Magdalena's been matching her neck and neck so far. Magdalena moving nice and fast here. 3 minutes 20 seconds she's already at this point, which we saw take Kim Dae-in 6 minutes to get up to this point. There you can see the results as they stand. 60 plus, that is how close Oda was to a top. Momoka coming so close. Kim Dae-in down there at 57.5 and Fakritinova with 56.5 plus, which is a mouthful. But there you are in the bronze medal position at the moment. Magdalena Roek starting to move up towards that medal position and plenty of time on the clock left for her. Just about approaching the halfway point for her. There it is, she has the same again. 4 more minutes to try and top this route. And she's over halfway. How is she going to get on with the lip section up here? Keep your thoughts coming into us as well, guys. You can get in touch on Twitter by using the hashtag IFSCWC. Send them on over. Do we think it's going to be Magdalena Roek or is it going to be Mina Markovic to give us a top here? Are we going to see any of our athletes top? Magdalena still has plenty of time here, more than enough to try and get there. Crowd are right behind her. So, Magdalena. Looking good at this point. She's already got that clip ahead of her, so she doesn't have to worry about it when going up for this sloper. Still looking nice here. Starting to use up a bit more of that time, but that's okay. She can have a rest here. Dinesh Silva saying, I want to see a top for the ladies. Come on, Magdalena. Rock that wall. And the Magdalena Roak puns begin. Heel hook there with the left. Nice different method. Switching again. A little bit shaky here, but she's got that hand up with the left. Out with the right, and unfortunately no. Magdalena Roak coming back down. And the route setters breathe a sigh of relief. A top there from Magdalena Roak, and a top also from Mina in a moment. Could have been a little bit tricky for them. They'd have had to rely on the timing for things to see them through. But no, Magdalena Roak coming down just before that main lip. Which is the point that Paul said at the very beginning. Paul Deval, our chief route setter, he believed that that would be the division of the athletes. So she moves behind. Momoka Oda now guaranteed at least a silver medal and well within a chance of taking a gold here. Momoka Oda of Japan, there she is sitting down on the chair, waiting to see what happens. Wouldn't it be fantastic to see Momoka take the gold here? Yet again for another year on the trot. Gold medalist at Imst 2012. Can she be the gold medalist here again 2013? We wait and see. The lady that can challenge her to that position is about to come out. Our last climber of the evening. And here she is now, winner of the World Games so far this year, just only a few days ago, remember as well. Jet lag probably still from Cali, coming back across from South America. It is Mina Markovic. Mina, member of the Slovenian climbing team, qualified in first place through from the semi-finals of the 59 plus, tied with Magdalena Roak. She now starts here, the 25-year-old athlete from Maribor. World ranked number 2 behind Kim Jain, but she has been world ranked number 1 before. Her list of achievements is very, very long. Second place at Briançon, second place at Chamonix so far this year, second place at the European Championship, and the silver medal at Briançon for our first World Cup. She then went on to win the World Games. Looking at her bouldering results from this year as well. 5th place at Log Dragomir, 5th place at Kitzbühel. But then looking at the lead from last year, gold medals at Kran, Inzai, also at Chamonix last year. She took the silver medal here at Imst last year. Also a silver medal at Atlanta, Zinning and Mokpo. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, and she's climbing fast at this moment in time. She's keeping the pace up. Your thoughts, please send them in to us on Twitter. David Ledner saying, come on, Mina Markovic, go for gold. Jack Drake saying, awaiting a school lesson in climbing from Mina Markovic. Allez, Mina. So, we'll await and see whether Mina is going to show us how it's done. 8B plus this route. 62 holes all in all, up a 21.5 meter wall at an incline of up to 40 degrees. The wall itself is a force to be reckoned with. Mina goes head to head with it now.
Mina Markovic, wie schaut denn jetzt in wenigen Minuten hier die Wertung aus? Und zwar Momoka ODA derzeit auf dem...
So Mina Markovic looking good here, 2 minutes 20 seconds used so far. Plenty more on the clock. Still moving fast. This is the point that we saw Momoka take a rest at. Kim Jain took a bit of a rest here as well, that undercling. Not so for Mina, she's going to keep pushing past. Paul said this is a sustained route. You just got to keep pushing, keep going through it. Support coming in from Hannah Wunsch as well for Mina Markovic. This here now is another point that we've seen athletes begin to rest at. It's looking like she's going to grab some chalk here. Stretch her arm a bit, but still no rest. Moving on. 3 minutes 15 seconds used up, and she's already up towards this top of the prow now. Those are our rankings so far. Momoka Oda in the gold medal slot with 60 plus. Kim Jain, silver medal 57.5, and Dinara Fakritanova 56.5, just below in the bronze medal spot, just below that stretched diamond you can see there up on the wall, and there is the spotlight with Mina in it, and the point that she's getting to. Very, very good at the moment. A lot of support from the Austrians down here on the ground as well. Crowd is vast behind us. Got a lot of people gathered in now. A couple of thousand easily. Daphne saying Mina is fast. Yes, she is, and she hasn't really taken too much of a rest so far. Did a little bit, just used up a bit of time around here. 4.5 minutes she's used so far, but plenty of time still left to go. And Mina's keeping the pressure on the wall here at Imst. And also on Momoka Oda, who's sitting down at the bottom watching her climb now. Mina not wasting much time at all. She is a machine. It is those epic level back muscles back again this year. She has not let up so far. These next couple of moves could be a little bit tricky. See how she manages getting up through them. She has 3 moves to make to move into bronze medal position. So if she moves past this point, that's a bronze medal for her. This is where Dinara went. And she is, by the look of things. Up again with the left here. So, bronze medal position so far for Mina Markovic. Still plenty of time left on the clock here for her. She's looking strong, focused, not too pumped. This is a bit of a tricky procedure to be in here, but look at her face. You can see there's hardly any strain there at all. Just focused, completely focused. Refusing to let up. She's only used 6 minutes. She's now very, very close. I'm not sure whether that's a gold or a silver medal position. That was around the same point that Momoka Oda was at. Incredibly fast climb. She had more time as well. She just slipped at that last point. I'm waiting to see what's happening here.
Siegerehrung hier in Kürze auf der Bühne, und ich bin gespannt, was die Judges hier bewertet haben. Und Mina ist auf jeden Fall ganz vorne mit dabei, und ich glaube sogar ganz vorne. Super, ja, das heißt, in wenigen Augenblicken die offizielle Wertung, wenn wir die haben, gibt es dann hier die Siegerehrung. Jetzt wird es wieder kurz umgebaut, meine Damen und Herren. Bleibt bitte da für die Siegerehrung.
So, the results that have been updated just on the screen over on this one side a moment ago are saying that Mina Markovic is now the gold medalist here. Momoka Oda drops down into silver medal position. I'm going to try and grab her over for a conversation in a moment. Momoka Oda, an incredible effort though all the way through. I will try and speak to her at some point as well also.
Can I get one?
If I could just grab Mina for a moment. Give me 2 seconds, I'll try and track her down for you. Mina Markovic, an incredibly fast climb all the way through that one. You've just taken the gold medal position. How are you feeling?
Yeah, the route was really enjoyable to climb, as also last year and yesterday. I found it actually just long, but not really hard movements, but you just needed to climb and stay focused. So maybe on that last move I got a little lack of focus because I wasn't totally destroyed now when I come back, but I really enjoyed flying this route and coming to Imst every year.
Well, you've just taken a gold at the World Games. This is another gold for you as well. You are back challenging Kim Jain for the world ranked #1 position. How are you feeling in general?
I'm feeling really good. Even the first two comps, I know that I'm in a really incredible form, but I just didn't perform it at comps. But now it seems everything is turning on a place where it should, despite of training and how I climb other ways, not what you saw in the first two comps. So I'm really happy, but also honestly traveling from one comp into another, like we have Chamonix, Briançon, World Games in Colombia, and then now back here. I just can't wait to go home and just climb on a whole wall and sleep during the day.
Okay, so was there any point during the comp here, I know that you're obviously exhausted from traveling so much, but we had 3 climbs in one day. Yesterday you had the 2 qualification routes and then a semi-finals. Again today, another endurance, long-based route. Was there any point during the competition at all, and especially the final, that you thought you were going to fall prior to where you did?
Actually, I had to thank the Slovenia climbing team that we are used to do all-day trainings on the climbing center, so yesterday wasn't a problem for me. Just I needed to focus with the head, and because the semi-finals were really long. But other way, I didn't have doubts like you mentioned.
And what happened at the very end there for you? What was it? Did it creep up on you, or did you think you were going to go there?
I think it should be better to stand with the other feet, because I think I stand with left or something like this. So it was little like this. Yeah.
Congratulations, a gold medal for you. You now move on to the next comp. So we're going to see you at the bouldering in Munich.
Yes, you will see me bouldering in Munich and also in Holland, but then I will just focus continue on later.
Congratulations, Mina. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mina. Mina Markovic. Incredible all the way through that one. Momoka ODA as well. I will try and grab Momoka at some point, but they're about to set up for the podium positions. Oh, I'm going to try and grab Jakob as well. That's another one I'm going to do.
IFSC, World Puigblanque.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the official results is on the official boards. Ladies and gentlemen, das Ergebnis der Herren.
Jakob, how was the competition here? How was it for you?
Yeah, it was great. I finished 2nd place, which is really good for me after the 23rd place in Briançon. I really needed to step it up here, and I'm really glad that it worked out that well. I think it's a good comeback in the World Cup. I got a lot of self-confidence back, and then brings me a lot of sight for the next cups.
Well, you could see that you're starting to step that up as well. You were at that 23rd result, then you went up into 5th at the World Games just recently. But sorry, silver, the 2nd place in the World Games, and now you're moving on with another silver here. Do you think it's difficult for you switching from the bouldering season into the lead season at the start?
Yeah, it was difficult for sure. I mean, I think you can see with many combined climbers, it's just it wasn't so much time until the European Championship in Chamonix. I had like a month to train lead, and yeah, it's kind of hard to switch, and it's a really different format and everything. You have to get used to it a little, but I don't know. I already felt good in Chamonix and in Briançon, but it just wouldn't work out, and I'm really glad that it was better here.
Jakob, I wish you all the best of luck for the rest of the year. Thanks for that quick word.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob. That was Jakob Schubert. I now have to move out of the way. And I have to move out of the way because they are about to get things going with the podium positions and the award ceremony. You can see it there. They're just setting up everything going on here. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed all of the comps so far. Do stick around for the award ceremony as well. It's always worth seeing these guys standing on the podiums once they've earned their place on them. And in a few moments, we'll be seeing those athletes moving out here. But I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a fantastic set of routes that we've seen here. The men's particularly very exciting to watch. That route section, so much power going into it. Seeing the different methods around the beater on that section, the knee bars coming into it, then pushing up over the lip. It just built an excitement as it got up to that point as well there. The women's was more of a time trial, more of a keep the speed up, keep the pressure on it. And Mina had obviously got that in her head when she first got out here. She just kept pushing, knew that she'd got to stay ahead of the time. Unfortunately, Kim Jain timing out there. That's going to drop her down into the bronze medal position. And Momoka ODA, our reigning champion from last year in Imst, takes the silver medal and very nearly had her first gold since Imst. She hasn't actually taken a gold at the IFSC senior events since Imst last year, and she nearly did it again this year as well. Still, a silver medal, still a fantastic result for her as she moves on for the rest of the season as well. These athletes are just getting started this year, guys. They're just warming up. This is only the second event. We've got plenty more still to come for you. We're about to start jumping over to Canada. We have the World Youth Championships over there. We're going to be coming back over then for Munich. We have the bouldering, the last bouldering IFSC Cup of the year in Munich. We also have Eindhoven, the stage of the the European Championships in the bouldering there to show you as well. And then we move into the rest of the lead season. Plenty more to come, plenty more events and plenty more of these to hand out to our athletes. The gold medals, the silvers and the bronze, the trophies as well. Tension builds as we get ready to welcome our athletes into the arena. Do stick around for that one, guys. And yes, what an incredible climb by Mina Markovic. So yes, I'm going to hand over to our local MC to give you the award ceremony. I'll see you guys in a little while to say goodnight.
Meine Damen und Herren, ich darf Sie begrüßen hier ganz offiziell zur Siegerehrung dieses Vorstiegsweltcups 2013 in Imst. Ich darf hier auch die Offiziellen hier begrüßen, und zwar Dr. Jain Kim KOR vom Österreichischen Alpenverein, Präsident, Dr. Eugen Botscher vom ÖWK, Österreichischen Weltkletterverband, dann Bürgermeister Stefan Weirater von Imst und auch hier Norbert Wachsmann, stellvertretender Sportreferent aus Imst, dann natürlich auch IFSC Vice President Helmut Knabel und Delegierten für die IFSC Jaromir May, meine Damen und Herren. Wir beginnen mit den Herren. We will start with the men. Ladies and gentlemen, on the third place, representing Spain, it is, ladies and gentlemen, Ramón, Julian Puigblanque. Jaromir May for the medal. Dr. Jain Kim KOR for the prize. And also Norbert Wachsmann. And ladies and gentlemen, we come to the second place. Meine Damen und Herren, und das Ganze natürlich jetzt auf Deutsch. Warum auch?
auf dem zweiten Rang dieses Vorstiegsweltcups 2013 in Imst. Representing Austria. Auch ganz stolz für uns, meine Damen und Herren. Jakob Schubert. Jaromir Meyer for the medal, Dr. Markora for the prize and even for the prize. Norbert Paxmacher. Anders Europausjockel. Super gemacht. Wie schön vor Heimatpublikum das Ganze. Oh yeah, nicht kaputt machen da. Das ist no distractions here on the stage, please. And ladies and gentlemen, we come to the winner of this lead World Cup 2013 here in Austria, in Imst. Representing Japan, it is Sachi AMMA.
I was building in Tokyo, long way from them hallways. It was O's and O's, they counted always. 305 all day, now baby we can parlay, oh baby we can party. She read books, especially about red rooms and tie-ups. I got her hooked, cause she see me in a suit with the red tie tied up. Nice to meet you, but time is money. Only difference is I own it. Now let's stop time and enjoy this moment.
As before, Jaromir Meyer for the medals, Dr. Markora for the prize. And, ladies and gentlemen, the winning holds here from Major Stefan Weirater here. And ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for. Well done. Please stand up for the national anthem of Japan. So, thank you very much. That's your applause, guys. Thank you for your performance. Well done. And stand clear, don't crash your glass, yeah? Well done. Here for the media and the press. Dankeschön. So, meine Damen und Herren, wir kommen zu den Damen. Hier gibt es die letzten Fotos, auch für die Presse und die Pressestellen. Jawohl, sehr schön. And ladies and gentlemen, we come to the prize giving ceremony of the woman.